Though would never blow his own trumpet, and I think the thing that tells you everything, Clinton, not just this reaction, but you look at the names of the stands here. Away to our left, the great Bobby Moore. Away to our right, the great Sir Trevor Brooking, and opposite us, Billy Bonds.
Yeah, three legends, yeah, and he'll be missed, Billy Bonds. I feel like when you're thinking about West Ham now, they need a player like Billy Bonds. He was a fantastic leader, and he's a brilliant player. So yeah, sending thoughts and prayers out to his family.
West Ham players are on their way. The Liverpool team alongside them. The fans belting out the famous anthem, and I think those bubbles, so gentle, so childish, drifting on the air this afternoon, add an extra poignancy as well. So fragile, so easy to pop and disappear. So grateful for the life of Billy Bonds, these West Ham fans, as the player, as the man, as the captain, a man who stood for everything that this football club is proud of, a man who dearly loved this football club with all his heart, and that is the man that the West Ham fans will remember today. West Ham against Liverpool kicks off at 2:05 this afternoon. I think in the 4th minute of the game, I think we're going to get something similar as well, because the fans were already planning that, knowing that Billy Bonds wasn't well. And the thing that really sticks with me, not just the statement from the family, from his daughters Claire and Katie today, Clinton, that last line from West Ham, the club, at the bottom of the official statement, which I think just says everything. Rest in peace, Billy, our courageous, inspirational, lion-hearted leader. That is exactly what he was.
Yeah, that says it all. Leader, and yeah, he was like a lion. And as I said, in this day and age now, it'd be fantastic, and it's someone who West Ham would need in their team. But yeah, a fantastic individual and a fantastic player. And as you said, Ali, he'll go down as a legend at this club.
Yeah, it makes it a really emotional footballing occasion, and you're never quite sure which way that is going to go, how it's going to affect the players out there today. Clearly, the West Ham players will want to do it for Billy Bonds, for the memory of Billy Bonds, and win the game for him. And I'm looking right now at the West Ham captain, Jared Bowen, who holds the Billy Bonds West Ham shirt in his left hand. I think the plan there is for him to walk over towards the Billy Bonds stand, which is opposite our commentary position here, and lay that shirt down on the side of the pitch. But first, the whistle has blown, and he is going to be called to the middle by the referee, Darren England, to meet the Liverpool captain, Virgil van Dijk. So in terms of the game, Clinton, that adds an extra element to it, an unknown. And the other unknown, in a sense, and I'm switching back to the football here, is big call made by Arne Slot today. In terms of this Liverpool team, Mo Salah's on the bench. Yeah,
massive call, but I think it was about time, to be fair. I don't think any player is bigger than the club. He's in a bad form at the moment, and when you're in a bad form, you've got to sit out for a bit. And yeah, he'll be disappointed to be dropped, because world-class players don't like to be dropped. But I think it's the right call from Arne Slot.
So Virgil van Dijk and Jared Bowen stand with the match officials in between them. They've just taken the pre-match photos. Two captains shake hands, toss of the coin from the referee. It looks like Virgil van Dijk has won the toss. Liverpool in change kit this afternoon. Those are the slightly off-white shirts, black shorts, red stripes down the side, black socks with the white tops. And Jared Bowen, the West Ham captain, calls his team to the edge of the centre circle. Virgil van Dijk does exactly the same for the Liverpool team, and once again we will pay tribute to the great Billy Bonds.
Inspirational hero, Billy Bonds. Please join us now for a period of applause to remember a wonderful man, one of the greatest competitors English football has ever seen.
Feel the emotion just pouring out from all four stands. Referee Darren England has blown the whistle. The Liverpool players respectfully wait on the edge of the centre circle here as Jared Bowen takes that Billy Bonds shirt, number 4 on the back, the name Bonds written across the shoulders on the top. He shows it to those West Ham fans in the East Stand. They respond with a roar and applause, and that shirt will remain there for the rest of this game and will serve as an inspiration for those that follow in Billy Bonds' footsteps. A totemic figure in the history of this football club, and he's one of those as well, Clinton. Again, the image has gone up of him on the screen. I remember him so well. I was getting into my football as a kid. That image, the long hair, it's drenched in sweat there, the stubbly chin, the muscly arms, gave absolutely everything, and just serves, as I say, as a real inspiration to these West Ham players who kick off this game. Well, their opposition do, in fact. Liverpool get us underway, and Liverpool's captain Virgil van Dijk hits a long ball downfield. Isak flicks it on, and it's straight into the West Ham penalty area and into the arms of Alphonse Areola.
Yeah, looking at Liverpool, it's set up differently, you know. I think Szoboszlai might be coming from the right, kind of, and Wirtz is kind of in that 10 row and Gakpo on the left. That's how it looks like at the moment, because he's in the middle of the pitch, which is strange because Szoboszlai has been the best player for Liverpool this season, and he is playing on that right, in the centre of midfield or at right back. But look, he's out on the right hand side.
So 2 other Premier League games already underway. Commentary of both on the Sports Extra streams you can find via the BBC Sounds app. Nottingham Forest Brighton on Sports Extra 2, Aston Villa Wolves on Sports Extra 3, Manchester United up to 6 in the Premier League table. Whisper it quietly because Clinton Morrison is sitting next to me. They've won 2-1 at Crystal Palace in the midday kick-off today. Wirtz's ball finds Isak, and Isak is easily dispossessed, and West Ham launch their first attack of the afternoon. Jared Bowen dribbling with the ball at his feet, takes it inside Kirkes, running up to the edge of the area, pacey pass finds Wilson, one touch from him, little layoff to his left, Juice cross is too deep beyond the far post. Wan-Bissaka will chase it, he can't get there, and it goes behind for the goal kick. Let's give you the 2 starting lineups then. 4 changes for Liverpool. They are on their worst run of form since the early 1950s. 9 defeats in the last 12 games, so Arne Slot has rung the changes. Alisson back in goal. From the goal kick, all in green, he has the ball at his feet. Joe Gomez starts as right back this afternoon. Curtis Jones drops to the bench. Kirkes left back. Konate and Van Dijk, the 2 centre-backs. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai I've got written down as a midfield 3, but Clinton is absolutely right. Szoboszlai is drifting out to the right-hand side where you'd normally expect to find Mo Salah, but as Liverpool build up now, he's moved slightly infield, and Joe Gomez has taken himself wide on the right. So Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, however they work that, Gakpo, Wirtz, and Alexander Isak making a 6th Premier League start for Liverpool since the big money move in the summer, and of course yet to score in this competition for his new club. 1 goal to his name for Liverpool. It came in the League Cup against Southampton. Gakpo's on the dribble, and he's just overrun the ball there. Paquetá came in with a sort of half nibble, half challenge. I thought Gakpo might go down. There wasn't enough in it. Ball got away from him, and it's gone behind for the goal kick. But yeah, Szoboszlai seems to be on the right, Clinton, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
which is strange because he's been your best player, playing in his better position in midfield. Maybe you got to sacrifice either McAllister or Gravenberch, but Szoboszlai needs to be playing in that centre midfield. But he's a good player, and good players can play anywhere. I do think he's been Liverpool's best player so far, and I don't think a lot of Liverpool fans will disagree with me on that.
Heading towards the 4th minute of the game, that West Ham number 4 shirt, can just see it away in the distance here over the other side of the field with Billy Bonds' name on the back. I'm expecting in the 4th minute for more applause to ring around this stadium. A full tribute will be paid to Billy Bonds as we pay our respects at West Ham's next home game against Aston Villa, which comes on Sunday, the 14th of December. Ball is high in the air on the halfway line. Gakpo flicks it on. Wan-Bissaka receives it on the right, just inside his own half. Van Dijk is there. Powerful high header from him. Isak jumps, misses the ball. Wan-Bissaka lets it bounce, then heads it infield. Hooked forward by Magassa. Konate with the next header. Complete swing and a miss from Juff there. And Wirtz is onto it for Liverpool. Step over from Gakpo. Curler from Isak. Miles off target. High and wide and behind for for the goal kick to West Ham. Aston Villa Wolves underway in the Premier League this afternoon. Latest from Aaron Paul.
0-0 here, Ali, but a warning for Wolves inside 2 minutes. Luca Digne with a free kick from the right, curled in. Donyell Marlon got a head to it with the Wolves defence, an absolute mess. It kissed the post, bounced away with Pau Torres putting the scraps wide. Villa 0, Wolves 0.
So yes, there we go on the 4th minute. All the West Ham fans, listen to that thunderous applause inside the London Stadium, and again the images of Billy Bonds on both big screens with the FA Cup above his head, and the fans stand and applaud, and I can see balloons being patted around amongst the West Ham fans to our right hand side. It's an incredibly moving sight and sound inside the London Stadium. West Ham truly have lost one of their very greats today. He will long be remembered. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Nottingham Forest Brighton early stages. Chris Coles.
0-0 here as well, but two excellent Brighton chances within the first 2 minutes. Firstly, Minte clean through, touch a little heavy. Sells able to dive at his feet, and seconds later, De Kuyper's ball across just in front of Diego Gomez. Forest 0, Brighton 0.
Commentary of that game continues on Sports Extra 2. Villa Wolves is over on Sports Extra 3. From 3:30 on Sports Extra this afternoon. Build-up starts to the Qatar Grand Prix. The race starts at 4 o'clock. Full commentary over on Radio 5 Sports Extra. So West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Got to give you this West Ham team as well, I know. They are in the famous claret and blue. Wan-Bissaka at right back. They're playing a back 4 this afternoon, having been playing a back 3 under Nuno Espirito Santo more recently. Gomez heads the ball away for Liverpool. Couple of headers from Soboslai. Gravenberch is there. Volleys a little pass back to Konate. Almost 6 minutes in. Konate is going to go for the longer ball down the middle of the field, and Mavropanos just leans into Isak, heads the ball to his left-hand side. Todibo, his centre-back partner, is there, passes it out to Diouf. Diouf's pass looking for the run of Wilson. Konate gets a head start on him, knocks it out of play. West Ham throw. Early thoughts from Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, there usually Konate he was ahead of Wilson. He'd just go back to Alisson, but you can see he's not confident at the moment. So if I'm West Ham, I'm just going to keep spinning it in the channels and get Wilson to cause Konate and Van Dijk a lot of problems.
So throw in West Ham. They've got Areola in goal as that throw in comes down the left-hand touchline towards Paquetá. He appeals that he's won another throw. Referee Darren England agrees that Joe Gomez got the last touch. Wan-Bissaka at right back. Diouf, El Hadji Malik Diouf as the left back. Paquetá with a little flick over the head of Gomez. West Ham have won their first corner of the afternoon as Gravenberch comes flying in and clears the ball behind. Todibo and Mavropanos, the two centre-backs, and Mavropanos is coming to the side for this one. Magassa, Sungutu Magassa, who was signed from Monaco in the summer, he comes in and makes only his third Premier League start of the season in midfield, alongside 18-year-old Freddie Potts and Mateus Fernandes, who was signed for big money from Southampton in the summer, Bowen, Paquetá and Callum Wilson. Corner comes in from the left, deep one to the far post, headed away by Gravenberch. The ball bounces in front of Fernandes, nods it back to Wan-Bissaka, who gets there just in time ahead of Wirtz, launches it high but too far away to the left, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw on the right. So we know Liverpool are vulnerable. West Ham been in decent form recently. Can West Ham take advantage this afternoon? Celtic have won 2-1 at Hibs in the Scottish Premiership today. Rangers Falkirk is underway. Kenny Crawford.
12 minutes gone, Ali. It's Rangers 0, Falkirk 0, both sides sussing each other out. Rangers have had the best chance so far. Connor Barron's shot saved by Scott Bain. As Falkirk attack just now, Calvin Miller's got it, shoots, but it's blocked by Nasser Jiga. Comes to Nedum by Rami, and I think the danger's over now for Rangers. It's Rangers 0, Falkirk now.
And it's West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Alisson, not the best pass back to him, scrapes it away, finds Konate, ball up towards Wirtz, lays it off to the Argentine Alexis McAllister. Little pass to his right inside the Liverpool half, gets it back from Gravenberch, long diagonal pass to Gakpo, nods it down here to Kirkes, who does like going this way with the ball at his feet. Liverpool playing from right to left in the first half here. Bright blue skies above us, so clear, sun shining as well. Pass to the left to McAllister. West Ham are back in numbers. Arne Slot standing on the edge of his technical area, has to go a long way out from the bench to get there. He's pointing with his left arm, but Liverpool have taken the ball to the right here. Konate's involved in the build-up. Further right to Soboslai. Gomez is ahead of him, but Soboslai comes back to Konate, on to Van Dijk. Van Dijk passes back to Konate, tries to thread one through the line. Szoboszlai will chase, but it was well beyond him. Todibo gets the ball back in the 1-2 from Diouf, and his clearance is blocked by Gomez and goes behind for a throw into West Ham. Clinton Morris.
It's been a cagey first up, and you know what Liverpool are doing? A lot of long balls trying to hit diagonals, which I'm surprised, because usually they build up from the back, so they're trying to go from back to front and trying to catch West Ham out, but we ain't had no clear-cut chances of yet. It's just been a cagey sort of first 9 minutes.
Diouf drives it forward, absolutely hammers that forward with his left foot, caught that well, but it's gone right into the Liverpool half, where the shaggy-haired Alisson is waiting to receive it, well outside his penalty area, just leaves it for Van Dijk. Van Dijk languidly strokes the ball to Konate. Again, it's the longer ball for Isak to chase over the top. Again, it's too far, it bounces twice and into the arms of the Fonz. Alphonse Areola made some really important saves actually for West Ham last week. They were 2-0 up against Bournemouth. Bournemouth got it back to 2-2, and had it not been for the performance of Areola, well, West Ham may well have lost that game. El Hadji Malik Diouf sprinting away down the left. Szoboszlai sticks with him. Diouf turns, passes back to Todibo. Todibo dummies the pass back to Areola. Straight ball up to Fernandes. Fernandes won't be bumped off that. Sees the space on the right. West Ham fans love the vision, love the pass to Wan-Bissaka. Up level with the penalty spot. Cross comes in. Alisson stretches, punches the ball away. West Ham trying to get there first. Magassa does that, finds Diouf. Diouf back to Paqueta, hits the shot with his right foot. That is blocked. And Paqueta's annoyed with himself that he's not actually struck that better. In fact, it was Mateus Fernandes who hit the shot. And here's a problem for Liverpool, because the early involvement for Alisson stretching to punch the ball away seems to have caused him a problem. He's down flat on his back inside the 6-yard box, and the Liverpool medical staff come racing on to give him some treatment. Nottingham Forest Brighton latest, Chris Coles.
Brighton have started this game really well. Still 0-0, but two more excellent Brighton chances. Jorginho Ruter twice. Firstly from De Kuyper's cross just wide at the back post, and then Ruter from the resulting corner. A shot cleared off the line, and then Ayari on the edge firing just over. All Brighton, but Forest 0, Brighton 0.
Alisson still down, the Liverpool goalkeeper, flat on his back, lying down in the ground like he's going to create one of those angels in the snow. Arms spread wide above his head, and legs spread out wide too. He clashed with Joe Gomez at the near post as he went to punch that ball away. So concern for Liverpool there. Villa Wolves, Aaron Paul.
Villa 0, Wolves 0. Since hitting the post, Wolves, well, since Villa hit the post, Wolves have settled somewhat into this game. They're offering not much going forward, but they're just a little less haphazard in the way they defend. Villa just looking to spring any form of counter. Buendia has been very, very energetic down the middle, and Donyell Malen looking to add to those 2 goals from Thursday night. Villa 0, Wolves 0.
Right, West Ham fans not happy here. The game is going to restart with a drop ball. Darren England has the ball in his hands. Wirtz is standing quite close to this. Surely they're just going to let Freddie Potts take control. He'll pass the ball back to the halfway line, and Liverpool will be very pleased, Clinton, to see Alisson back on his feet, but clearly shaken up there. Yeah,
he's a collision with Joe Gomez, but I think he was always going to be all right. I think he's just buying a bit of time for his team, to be fair, who were under pressure. But yeah, he did get it was a hefty knock with Joe Gomez. He collided into Joe Gomez.
Here's Todibo inside his own half. 18-year-old Freddie Potts, just talking about him as a young lad, joined the club at the age of 6, and his dad, of course, made over 500 appearances for the club and is now a first-team coach. But that's exactly the link you're talking about with Billy Bonds as well, young player coming into the team at a young age. Billy Bonds was actually signed at 21 from Charlton, but it's the kind of players that fans absolutely take to their hearts, and Freddie Potts will be hoping not only to follow in his dad's footsteps, but those of Billy Bonds as well. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Wan-Bissaka to Paquetá. First time ball here to Potts. Potts has space to run into for West Ham. You can hear the excitement levels rising inside the stadium. Low cross looking for Wilson, doesn't reach him. Half volleyed away by Kerkez. And then Mavropanos just lets that go over his head, but made sure that Isak wasn't going to get it either. Wan-Bissaka has it and plays it to Paquetá. He's going to try and pull the strings from deep here for West Ham. Turns away from Wirtz, drag back and foul, free kick to West Ham.
Yeah, he plays at his own pace, Paquetá. When West Ham are going to be playing well is when Paquetá starts the game well, and he started the game well so far. They've been a better team, West Ham. And Potts was in there, he just didn't know what to do with it. Ali, you can see he's the one who wants to play deeper. It was a good opportunity.
Paquetá on the ball again, the Brazilian for West Ham, wide to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka fancies taking Gakpo on the outside, goes to ground, slides forward on his knees, picks himself up. West Ham fans just beneath us appealing for a foul. West Ham don't get that, and they don't get the throw either. Howls of derision there for the assistant referee Scott Ledger, and it's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool. I think my question would be, Clinton, this is a more difficult challenge, I think, for Liverpool this afternoon than, say, it was a few weeks back, because West Ham have got a couple of home wins under the belt. Last week, though, West Ham got 2-0 up against Bournemouth and then sort of retreated. If they do sense vulnerability today and get themselves ahead, will they have what it takes, do you think, to actually see it through, push on and possibly get a famous home win?
Yeah, they could do. It's down to the manager, because his substitution last week was wrong. Can't take Callum Wilson off in the 54th minute, and when he scored 2 goals, and then put Souček up front and bring on Carl Walker-Peters, a defensive player, to play on the left wing. It just screams out that what we have we're going to hold on to.
Yeah.
But you're playing against good Premier League teams, so, and you know what, it's probably the right time to play Liverpool for West Ham, the way Liverpool have not been in good form recently. So yeah, it should be a good game.
6 defeats in the last 7 Premier League games for Liverpool, amongst this run of 9 defeats in the last 12 in all competitions. Champions of England, don't forget, and starting today, 13th place in the Premier League table. Kirkes has managed to work it through to Wirtz. Wirtz is crossed to the far post just beyond Isak. Juve couldn't take a risk, knocks it behind for a Liverpool corner. Just developing into a slightly more open game, slightly scrappy, nervy start. Corner coming for Liverpool, quickly to Villa Park. Aaron Paul.
Villa 0, Wolves 0. Wolves thought they'd taken the lead. Really good finish from Strand Larsen after good work from Bellegarde down the right. But it's deemed that Strand Larsen, no, Bellegarde, in fact, was offside when the ball was played, and so it won't count. 0-0.
Commentary of that one on Sports Extra 3. Corner for Liverpool in the cream shirts. The captain Van Dijk starts to make a run. High swinging one towards Van Dijk. Gets a powerful header on it. It's off target and goes behind for a goal kick. 16 minutes played at the London Stadium in bright sunshine. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, Villa 0, Wolves 0, Forest 0, Brighton 0, and Palace 1, Manchester United 2, with commentary of second against first on the way on 5 Live this afternoon. Chelsea against Arsenal, in the company of Clinton's good friend John Murray and Pat Nevin, which will
I'll be listening to that on the way home.
So will I, Clinton, don't worry about that. And then Chris and Robbie taking the calls on 606 after that. I did 606 last night with Chris Sutton, who was in
good form,
mischievous mood, I would describe it as, Clinton. Yes, he was. Here is Gakpo, does well for Liverpool, finds Wirtz moving forward, back in field to Gakpo. Isak makes the run. Stretching interception from Mavropanos was important. Little flick pass from Paquetá, played into the midfield by Magassa. Gomez read that, sped in and intercepts it for the visitors. Van Dijk just slows it down for a second. Short pass forward to the figure of McAllister. Gravenberch starts a run from deep. Good pass, found Gakpo. Poor first touch, showed too much to the defender. West Ham able to bring it away. Good centre forward play from Wilson. Chests it down into midfield. Finds Fernandes. What a pass that is to the on-rushing Wilson. Touch with his right boot. The angle's got tight. Big deflection on the shot. Goes behind for a West Ham corner. What a fabulous ball into Callum Wilson to create the chance.
Yeah, he's good, Fernandes. I've seen a lot of him when he was at Southampton. He's growing into this West Ham shirt. I think it's good hold-up play from Wilson. And then the ball from Fernandes is brilliant. I'm surprised Callum Wilson don't try and bring it on his right foot. I've got to give credit to Konate. He shows him on his left foot. It's good defending.
So coming up to 18 minutes played, Freddie Potts. Warm applause from the West Ham fans for that young man as he goes to get the replacement ball from the plastic cone, which is a good 7-8 yards off the field. Very deliberately places it down on the edge of the quadrant in front of the Billy Bones stand, then runs to the ball, whips that corner in with his right foot, and it beats absolutely everyone. Someone really should have got a head on that. Mavropanos is annoyed with himself that he didn't. It was slightly behind him. He was edge of the 6-yard box, but no Liverpool defender got a touch. It's gone all the way behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a great ball. It's not like he's overhit. He's putting it into a decent area. I think the West Ham players make their run far too early, and it goes underneath everyone, but good delivery from young Potts.
Nuno Espirito Santo, West Ham manager, has his arms out wide. This is 8th game in charge of the club. 1 point from the first 4, but 7 points from the last 3. And let's not forget, he was unbeaten with Nottingham Forest against Liverpool last season. Went and won at Anfield September last year, and then got a 1-1 draw at the City Ground later in the season. McAllister drives it from deep, pinpoint pass to Kirkes. Was that a handball? Kirkes lost concentration. There was a big shout for a handball, lost his footing as well. Referee has given the decision, but he was going to be tackled anyway, and West Ham will take the free kick from deep. And in fact, they're going to let their goalkeeper Alphonse Areola, all in lime green, come trotting out of his penalty area to come across to take it. Talking of the City Ground, game there this afternoon, 2:05 kickoff, Forest against Brighton. Chris Coles.
Is still 0-0, but complete domination from Brighton. It's amazing they haven't taken the lead. 2 more excellent chances, both to Mats Vifa, shot blocked from 6 yards out, and from a very similar position a few seconds later, he dragged the shot wide of the right post. Still, somehow, Forest 0, Brighton 0.
Some awkward defending for Van Dijk to do here. Didn't matter because the offside flag went up. This has been pretty even so far.
It
I
has
think,
been
Clinton.
even. Usually when you're thinking of Liverpool, they come here and they'll dominate a West Ham team, but no, it's been even. It's been no goalkeepers had to make a save, but it has been even without creating any clear-cut chances.
Alisson seems okay after his early bang into Joe Gomez. Liverpool goalkeeper standing just outside his penalty area, watching his team build up play inside the West Ham half. Kirkes goes scurrying down the left-hand side. Sliding challenge on him from Wan-Bissaka, who absolutely loves a tackle. He is so good in the one-on-one duels.
He loves sliding. He can
it.
intercept the ball, he'll wait and want to do a slide tackle.
Yeah, that's like playground stuff.
Yeah.
Battle yesterday, I was listening to Chris Sutton and Ian Dennis actually at the Etihad Stadium, between Jayden Bogle and Doku. Bogle did really well against Doku in the one-on-one. Here come Liverpool down the right. Joe Gomez, cross in towards the far post, nodded back across goal. Might fall for Isak, brilliant save by Areola from close range. Leapt in the air, made himself big and got something on it to stop it ending up in the back of the net. Clinton will have a look at the replay in a moment. Liverpool come again. Kirkes finds Gakpo on the left. Wan-Bissaka intercepts this ball. It goes out for a Liverpool throw.
Yeah, it was good play down the right-hand side. Good cross from Joe Gomez, and Wan-Bissaka gets beaten in the air, but Gakpo's got the advantage. Good knockback from Gakpo. And Isak does everything right apart from putting the ball in the net. Takes a touch, left foot. It's a brilliant save from Areola. Comes out and spreads himself.
Liverpool have taken their throw. Wirtz to Gakpo, back to Van Dijk. 45 yards out in the inside left channel. Liverpool work it quickly to the right. Gomez gets his head up. Cross comes in from deep towards Isak. Can't really do much with that. Ball comes off his head. Out it comes. Liverpool pick up the pieces. Wirtz with the black socks rolled down. Teases a couple of West Ham defenders. Rolls it to Gravenberch. He's encouraged to bring it forward. Slides the pass to the right to Gomez. He slightly gets it caught underneath his feet and makes a bit of a mess of that. And Juff steps in and says, thank you very much, I'll take it. But he clears it. Was Juff caught late there maybe by Gomez? Assistant referee's got his flag up. Juff is down hurt, but he's actually stopped the game. He's made sure he stopped the game because he was hurt off the field. He crawls injured back onto the field, slowly picks himself to his feet, and West Ham are going to get the free kick. We are midway through the first half. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. What's happening at Ibrox? Rangers Falkirk, Kenny Crawford.
26 minutes gone, still Rangers 0, Falkirk 0. Couple of half chances for Rangers since I last spoke to Tello Asgard, with a shot over and Oliver Antman with a header wide. But Rangers fans want to see a much more convincing performance than their last home league win, a 2-1 win against Livingston. It was a win that day, but not convincing. We'll see what happens. Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
Areola's taken the free kick for West Ham and knocked the ball straight out of play. Long downfield, like a touch clearance in rugby union that, but Liverpool have possession. Van Dijk plays it into the midfield. Oh, Gravenberch, so cool there. Saw the challenge coming in from behind from Fernandes, just glided away from him. Kirkes now on the left, launches a high one out towards Gomez. Juff comes flying in, wins the header, will keep this in play and turn it into an attacking opportunity for West Ham. Konate comes across to try and close him down, shoves him to the floor. No, says the referee. Fair challenge by Konate, apparently. You can hear almost 60,000 West Ham fans don't agree. And Liverpool start to play out from the back. And Van Dijk finds Kirkes. Wide to Wirtz, controls it with the outside of his right foot, thinks about the long crossfield pass, then goes scurrying infield with the ball at his feet. Kirkes again plays back to Van Dijk, rolls it towards McAllister. McAllister sees things opening up on the right hand side. Konate comes thundering forward, little 1-2 with Wirtz. back into the midfield. Gravenberch again gliding forward. Oh, strong challenge, edge of the penalty area. Again, Darren England doesn't blow the whistle. So I think Magassa might have taken the ball there. We'll have another look on the replay at that one. Then another heavy challenge goes in, and this time West Ham do get the free kick, and that is Soboslai clattering into Mateus Fernandes.
It was a lunge from Magassa, but I do think watching the replay, well, he doesn't get anything of the ball. I think Gravenberch touches it, but it was outside the box anyway, so VAR can't get involved in it. But watching it again, I think it's a foul. He doesn't get anything of the ball, but where Darren England's position, he would have thought he did get a touch of the ball.
Yeah, exactly, because he's running right behind it, and to our eye up in the commentary position here, it did look like the impetus was there to take a touch on the ball and get it away. Now, had that been in the penalty area, obviously VAR would have intervened and there would have been a penalty. But that's one of the changes made by Nuno today. Sunguto Magassa, 22-year-old Frenchman, has come into this West Ham midfield. Villa Wolves latest, Aaron Paul.
Villa 0, Wolves 0. The intensity just been turned up a few notches here, Ali. Wolves so intense in the press in midfield. Villa no space to breathe, and so the Villa fans demanding the same from their side, and it results in a chance. McGinn feeding the ball right to Cash. Tame shot claimed by Johnston. 0-0.
Liverpool have given it away. Jarrod Bowen inside the Liverpool area gets the cross in. Wilson is lurking. Beaten to it by Van Dijk, gets it away to Soboslai. That's a really nice 1-2 between Soboslai and Wirtz. Forward towards Isak, read by Todibo, steps in, clears that first time, and Gravenberch is just holding off challenges and moving so smoothly across the pitch here. Slips as he plays that pass, but Wirtz collects it for Liverpool. Low cross from him, looking for Isak. Wan-Bissaka slides in. Long-range slide from Wan-Bissaka. It's what we were expecting, but importantly, he gets the ball and clears it for West Ham for now. Still 0-0. McAllister, central position, 35 yards out. Assesses his options, finds Soboslai to the right, then Wirtz. Gomez makes the run on the inside. Wirtz holds on to it, gets it back from Soboslai, corner of the penalty area. Now Gomez in space, one touch, cut back, looking for Isak, and again West Ham are in the right place at the right time to get it away. Konate's under pressure from Bowen. He's given the ball away. Paqueta's got it. What can he do with it? Paqueta decides to hold on to it for now and just prods it back to Diouf on the edge of his own box. Clinton.
Yeah, they're dominating now, Liverpool. West Ham need an outlet to get out because it's difficult for Callum Wilson against Van Dijk and Konate, but it was Joe Gomez in good position, just picks the wrong pass. You can see he's not a natural right back.
Gakpo trying to get away down the left, couldn't quite do it, but Isak picks up the running, speeding at pace into the penalty area, drops a shoulder onto his right foot, then feeds it to Gakpo, who's accidentally conceded the foul. He wasn't expecting the pass. I think he thought Isak was dropping the shoulder to then set himself up for the shot, and Gakpo was just couldn't do anything with that, basically.
He struggled. Mavropanos loses the ball. He's taking too many touches, and I thought Isak was one-on-one there with young Potts, but Potts just done enough, and then, yeah, you're right, Gakpo didn't expect the pass, but good defending from Potts.
Mo Salah on the bench for Liverpool this afternoon, so is Hugo Ekitike. Isak and Wirtz both starting. Close up on Arne Slot right now, decked out all in dark clothes, coat is open. Not too chilly this afternoon. Beautiful, sparkling, bright sunshine in East London as the ball is back with Konate. Finds Gomez. So Joe Gomez making a first Premier League start of the season is a change as well for Liverpool this afternoon. Obviously Bradley and Frimpong still both out injured. Curtis Jones has played in that right back position, and so has Dominic Soboslai, but it's Gomez this afternoon who you would think is a more natural fit. Van Dijk, straight pass to Wirtz, nice little pass from him to McAllister, forward to Gakpo arrowing infield, edge of the box, Kirkes on the outside, cut back into the penalty area, cleared away by Diouf, and straight out for a throw-in to Liverpool on the left. Nice fluid movement going forward.
Yeah, very good from Gakpo and Kirkes. It's just the final ball from Liverpool at the moment. It's not good enough, but they're getting into some really good areas.
They've taken their throw in, it's gone back to Van Dijk, forward to McAllister, Kirkes wide on the left, into Wirtz. Looks confident this afternoon with the ball at his feet, caught late there by Magassa, tackle came in from behind. So set piece opportunity for Liverpool, who so far this season in the Premier League, when they've scored first, the 6 Premier League games they've scored first in, they've won, and when they've conceded first, they've lost all 6, and it tells you something about just where they are at the moment as a group. When they go behind, Clinton, this season they've struggled to find that response, and you saw it against PSV in midweek, the last couple of goals they conceded. I mean, you really hesitate to say, but it just felt that the belief and the heart and the just not there at the moment.
You're right, Ali. You're spot on.
Let's see what they can do with the free kick. Clinton Morrison is with us here at the London Stadium on a day we're paying our respects to the late great Billy Bonds. 799 appearances for West Ham United Football Club, more than any other man in its history. Soboslai, free kick comes into that penalty area, good delivery, headed up in the air. Paquetá is underneath it for West Ham. Wirtz is there as well. The ball bounces between the pair of them. Fernandes sticks out a boot, falls to McAllister. McAllister hits the shot, big deflection, straight at Areola, gets his body behind the ball and clutches it with both hands. So in terms of the 2 kickoffs in the Premier League this afternoon, we are yet to get a goal. Is that still the case then, Chris Coles, at the City Ground?
It is, Ali, although Forest very nearly did score with their first opportunity of the game. Morgan Gibbs-White, well found by Dominguez, his acrobatic volley inches wide. Forest 0, Brighton 0.
Half an hour played here at the London Stadium. Liverpool, in terms of the game, the balance of play, the possession, is starting to dominate here. McAllister is just being able to bring this ball forward at a jogging speed into the West Ham half to Gomez on the right. His pass through to Wirtz is blocked by Diouf, and it goes out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Just in terms of some of the other Billy Bonds achievements that I was reading about this morning, 2013 won West Ham's first ever Lifetime Achievement Award. 2018 voted by the fans as West Ham's greatest ever player. And when you think about the players that have played for this football club, again, it tells you everything you need to know about this sort of stead that Billy Bonds is held in by these West Ham fans. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, and West Ham starting today just above the drop zone, 11 points, same as Leeds, who lost to Manchester City yesterday, a point behind Nottingham Forest, a couple of points ahead of Burnley. Wan-Bissaka getting away down the right. Bowen is waiting in the middle. Couple of touches from Wan-Bissaka. Gets his head up, looks for the cut back to the edge of the box. That's intercepted. The ball comes straight back to him. Paquetá is there. He's closed down quickly by McAllister. Wants to win a free kick. He's not going to get that. And then Wirtz comes dribbling out of his own half. Shows too much of it for Magassa. He's given it away. Soboslai has it on the halfway line. Curls the ball out to Wirtz, chests it down. Paquetá can't make the tackle. Wirtz's ball is a good one. Oh, and Gakpo, first touch, just let him down inside the penalty area, trying to tee himself up for the shot.
Yeah, to be fair, at the other one end, Wan-Bissaka's got to do better. When he's in that situation, he has to pick the right pass out, and then his recovery, he needs to get back quicker and help his teammates. It's a hard position right back, but Wirtz plays a lovely ball into Gakpo, and his first touch just goes away from him, and it's good defending from Todibo. But Wirtz is the one where I'm looking at. He's picked up good positions and looks lively for Liverpool so far this afternoon. Yeah,
he does. That looks more like the Florian Wirtz we know from his time in the Bundesliga and playing for Germany on the international scene, and the kind of play we've not seen, or only seen in little bits so far for Liverpool, but wants to have a material impact on the game, create a goal or score a goal. West Ham have taken their free kick, still 0-0, 13 minutes to play in the first half. Full commentary on the way this afternoon from 4:30 of Chelsea against Arsenal. Paquetá's low skidding pass out to Bowen on the right, back into Paquetá, forward to Fernandes and back to Magassa. Paquetá again, just short of the halfway line. Fernandes in space, well worked by West Ham. He starts to bring it forward, finds Bowen on the right. Bowen just pokes it past Kirkes, beyond Fernandes, though, who couldn't get there before it rolled over the dead ball line and has gone behind for the goal kick. Latest update from Villa Wolves, Aaron Paul.
32 gone, Villa 0, Wolves 0 in this Midlands derby. And I tell you what, Aston Villa really starting to get frustrated with the fact that they cannot unlock this Wolves defence. Early on, it looked like they were going to have the run of the play here at Villa Park, but Rob Edwards will be very, very pleased with what he's seeing from his Wolves side. They've been strong, resolute, and it is 0-0.
Commentary on that one on Sports Extra 3. Forest Brighton's on Sports Extra 2. Here on 5 Live, this is West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. And I'm surprised because normally, sitting next to Clinton Morrison on a Sunday afternoon, it guarantees goals.
Yeah.
It normally guarantees goals, but they're not coming yet.
They're not coming yet, but these two teams have not been in particular good form at the minute, have they? I know West Ham scored 2 last week. You look today and they're not going to really create loads of chances, are they?
We wait as Gravenberch plays it forward to Gakpo. Again, arrowing his run in from the left. The pass infield is intercepted. Gakpo goes to try and win it back. Runs to Wirtz. Wirtz sees Gomez to his right, just outside the area. Cross doesn't find Isak. Juff volleys it away. Wilson leaps, controls it on the volley. Gomez gets a foot in, hooks it over his shoulder. Szoboszlai nods it back to Gravenberch. Szoboszlai again uses Gravenberch. Support on the outside here from Gomez in front of that Billy Bond stand. And then the first time ball from Gravenberch goes past the left boot of Szoboszlai, and the roars are from the West Ham fans because the ball has gone behind for a goal kick. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. So that's 34 minutes we've seen so far of this Liverpool lineup. What have you made of them today?
It's the same what I've probably seen all season, where they've started games, football matches all right, haven't got that first goal, as you said, Al, and then when they concede, they kind of lose it. So it's been a struggle, and it's not. Think about it, Al. What goalkeeper have we seen make a good save apart from Areola's one from Isak?
Yeah,
that was it. Only one.
That's the only real moment in the game. Van Dijk's header forward from the Areola clearance. Mavropanos nods it across the halfway line. Paquetá flicks it on, and then Magassa can't control his header, roars in frustration as the ball bounces out into Arne Slot's hands for a throw into Liverpool, who won 5-0 here last season, which is their biggest ever league win at West Ham, and have a very good record against West Ham. Just one defeat in their last 18 league games, 14 of those wins. But given the form they're in at the moment, that history sort of means nothing. And here's Bowen running at Van Dijk. Bowen takes Van Dijk with him, hits the shot from the edge of the penalty area. Deflection falls here to Mateus Fernandes. Fernandes has got Szoboszlai in front of him, back heels the ball and then finds Potts coming up in support behind. Wide it goes to Juve, cross comes in, and Konate watched that really carefully onto his right boot and then half volleyed the ball away. I'm just saying that because against PSV in the week, it was exactly that sort of ball went under his right boot and cost Liverpool a goal.
You're right, it's about concentration, and he has concentrated, even though he ain't really had much to go on because he's doing well up there, Callum Wilson, but it's difficult against Konate and Van Dijk.
West Ham from the throw, cross comes into the penalty area and Bowen had made the run. It was good vision from Potts, looking to find him on the diagonal. It was just beyond him and it goes behind for the goal kick. So we're waiting for this game to burst into life.
We are. It might have to be from Liverpool's bench. Salah might come on and might prove a point today and say that's why he shouldn't be leaving me out.
Yeah, let's wait and see how Mo Salah responds. So odd to watch him in the warm-up today. Just your eye was caught by him doing the rondo with all the substitutes and sort of looking longingly across the field at the rest of them going through shooting practice. Doesn't often happen to him, certainly not in recent times when he's been fully fit, that he doesn't start Premier League games. Goes without saying, of course, given the performance he's put in. But Arne Slot's made that change today. Definitely one for 6:06 tonight, actually, with Chris and Robbie after our Chelsea-Arsenal commentary. Liverpool fans, your thoughts on that? Here's McAllister just inside the West Ham half. Wirtz comes towards him. 1-2 with Gravenberch. Back to Wirtz. Wirtz forward to Isak. That wasn't the best pass. It just hit Isak on the back heel. West Ham get it away. Shoulder to shoulder, Kirkes and Bowen. Bowen goes to ground. West Ham get the free kick and Arne Slot throws both arms out and goes, well, you know, what's that for? But Darren England blew his whistle and said foul.
Yeah, it did look shoulder to shoulder, but it did look like he just nudged in the back of him as well. So yeah, I think Darren England makes the right decision.
There's midweek football in the Premier League on the way. Coming up this week, we're going around the grounds on Tuesday night and Wednesday night.
I'll be there Tuesday night around the grounds.
I'm with you, Clinton. I'm presenting the show. I'm inside. I'm coming up to Salford to do the show with you. Yeah, I'll see you there. I will see you there. That's Tuesday night. Mark Chapman will be in charge on Wednesday night. Van Dijk has been caught in winning a header here, and he's holding his throat. He's touching that very impressive little goatee he sports on the bottom of his chin there, and Callum Wilson's just leant in, got an arm across him. You could see Van Dijk as he went to ground sort of complaining about the challenge. It will be a free kick, I don't think anything more than that. And then obviously it's time to set the alarm clock again in the early hours of Thursday morning. Second test in Brisbane. England 1-0 down, having lost the first one in just 2 days. Coverage starts, or Sports Extra goes on air with a test match special team at 3:25 in the morning. First ball will be bowled at 4 a.m. and then on Friday, of course, it's the World Cup draw.
big one.
Yeah, so around about 5:30 it'll be live in Drive, and then Kelly Cates will host the programme Friday night from 7 o'clock with all the reaction to it. Long ball downfield, might fall for Gakpo, lays it back to Wirtz. Oh, save from Areola. At full stretch, low to his left. Wirtz thought he had his first goal for Liverpool. Areola denies him.
He's got to have his first goal. He should be scoring there. It's a brilliant run. I think Gakpo's probably getting the better of Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the moment. Wan-Bissaka's got to do better. He always looks like he's on the stretch. Gakpo does well, and Wirtz has got to be bending that into that far corner. It's a comfortable save from Areola, but good play from Liverpool.
Here's Gomez on the ball for Liverpool. We've got 6 minutes left plus added time in this first half. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Gravenberch, sharp pass towards Szoboszlai, a couple of touches from him, and Liverpool come back into their own half. They go out and around. Here's Van Dijk, left-footed, side-footed pass to Konate, wide to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai immediately returns it across the halfway line to Van Dijk, and Van Dijk comes trotting forward, skipping almost as he plays it to McAllister. Van Dijk sweeps it low to Kerkez. He passes back to Van Dijk again, who goes infield to McAllister. Patient build-up from Liverpool here. Still goalless at the London Stadium. There's Konate. Konate fancies a run forward up to the corner of the box. High cross deep to the far post. Wan-Bissaka heads it behind him, but upfield as he was facing the dead ball line, and Jarrod Bowen has run it out of play for a Liverpool throw. Rangers Falkirk latest. Kenny Crawford.
44 minutes gone, still Rangers 0, Falkirk 0. Bit of frustration in the Ibrox as Rangers look for that first goal, but they did have a good chance. Nedim Bayrami, the Albanian, darted into the box after good skill on the left hand side, but he curled it the wrong side, low at the far post. Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
Finished Hibs 1, Celtic 2 earlier on today, so Celtic now 2 points behind the leaders Hearts, who drew 0-0 yesterday, and Celtic do still have a game in hand. Here's Gravenberch across to Konate. Konate again encouraged to bring that ball forward. Pass to his right to Gomez, back to Konate. Konate takes on Potts. Potts sticks to his task, gets a foot in, wins the ball. Konate fouls him. West Ham fans love that. Good work. They're frustrating Liverpool here.
They are frustrating him, and they're letting Konate have the ball because he's not as comfortable as Virgil van Dijk on the ball, and you can see sometimes when there's not enough movement in front of him, he's getting dispossessed. But it was good play again from Potts.
So free kick West Ham in the left back position. Paquetá comes back as if he's going to take it, then decides against that. So Diouf is going to go with a longer one, clips his left foot underneath the ball. It's just over the head of Wilson. Konate wins the header. Fernandes jumps to try and win the next one. Konate beats Wilson in the air again. It falls to Gomez. Gomez's ball over the top, looking for Isak, who's a lot of the passing towards him he's not had the opportunity to do too much.
No, he's not. He's only had that opportunity. He ain't really had much to go on.
No.
The balls up to him have not been of any quality in my eyes.
Magassa running up towards the halfway line with Wirtz breathing down his neck, held onto it. Great first touch from Fernandes. Can he beat McAllister? Not quite. McAllister got a foot in. Gakpo's there to help out. Fernandes fouls Gakpo. It's getting a bit scrappy and bitty at the moment. Liverpool free kick back to Ibrox. Kenny Crawford.
Half-time score, Rangers 0, Falkirk 0. Barron, Asgard, Antman and Bayrami all going close for Rangers, but Falkirk are doing well, to be fair. Their captain and central midfielder Brad Spencer, son of former Chelsea striker John, is marshalling things well in midfield. Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
Areola palms a Gomez cross away, nearly fell to Gakpo. He's got the ball now, back to goal inside the West Ham penalty area, finds McAllister. Szoboszlai, edge of the box, just pokes it to his right to Gomez. Right-footed cross straight up in the air. Areola stretches and palms it behind for the corner to Liverpool. Areola got a really important right hand on the Gomez cross. Oh, and in fact, you've spotted, Clinton, the offside flag has gone up, so West Ham will be able to clear their lines. But Alphonse Areola, as I said last week, was absolutely brilliant against Bournemouth. 32 years old now. What is he, in his 5th season here at West Ham? Playing a crucial role again in this first half.
But he's made the jersey his own. They brought in Hermanson and paid a lot of money for him, and now it looks like he could be on the way at the moment because he's not playing no football matches, and Areola deserves to be number one. Big saves last week that got West Ham the draw, and he's made 2 crucial saves already this afternoon.
He takes the free kick for West Ham inside his own penalty area. Again over the head of Wilson. It might just fall here to Fernandes. Nods it down to Potts, who has just enough on that ball to get it over Szoboszlai's head with a glance to Diouf. He's lobbed it high in the air. Konate heads it away. Pushed by Szoboszlai on Potts. Free kick for West Ham, 10 yards inside the Liverpool half.
See, when that ball from Juff, what are you meant to do with that as a centre forward? You've just put it high in the air and put so much snow on it. Got to have better quality when West Ham are in possession.
So, free kick West Ham. The closest we've come to a goal was that Isak close-range chance when Areola made the save. Actually, on the Commentators View podcast this week, one of our listeners got in touch and they were trying to get one of the terms in the glossary into the First Division as a Schmeichel-style save, and we all know what you mean by a Schmeichel-style, and I think Areola's would probably qualify as a...
That would, definitely.
Yeah,
the way he spreads himself, with that arms in the air.
Yeah. Made a really important save to deny Isak his first Premier League goal for Liverpool. Can West Ham take a lead late in the first half? Free kick floated into that Liverpool area. Van Dijk leaps almost in slow motion, that hung in the air, heads the ball away. Fernandes tackles McAllister in the left back position. It goes out for a throw in to Liverpool. Minute left in the first half.
Yeah, you look at it with no Kilman in there, they're not really a threat, West Ham, from set pieces. Like Kilman's a big lad and he can go and attack it. So with him on the bench, Todibo and Mavropanos are not really those ones who's going to attack it and beat Virgil van Dijk in the air, in my opinion.
Where have all the goals gone? Villa 0, Wolves 0, Forest 0, Brighton 0,
wow.
West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
You know who's getting all of them? John and Pat.
John and Pat this afternoon. Full commentary of Chelsea Arsenal on the way. Manchester United got 2 at Selhurst Park to win that game. They've moved up to 6th in the Premier League table this afternoon. Palace 1, Manchester United 2, Hibs 1, Celtic 2. Closing stages of the first half here. McAllister almost took too long on that, gave Bowen a chance to make a challenge. He holds him off, plays it to his right to Gravenberch forced to turn back to the halfway line. McAllister has a stab at the pass and misses it. Thought he was fouled. Magassa, neat spin from him on the halfway line. Just 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half, and Wan-Bissaka decided not to go forward with the ball down the right. Now he's looking for a teammate, sees Magassa behind him, and he plays back into his own half and finds Mavropanos.
He's done well, Magassa, in there, Ali. He bites in, he's good, he's decent in possession, he knows his role and he's done it well.
Yeah, Nuno Espirito Santo has clearly seen something this week in training that has got Magassa his start for West Ham. 3rd Premier League start of the season for him. Oh, good ball by Paquetá, opened his body up. Right-footed pass to find Juff on the left. Juff's initial cross is blocked, takes him on down the byline. Gomez jumps in, concedes the corner. This will be the last action of the first half. And you can hear the noise from the West Ham fans. Really emotional day at this football club. If you are just joining us, listening to West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, the sad news that we got ahead of the game that club legend Billy Bonds, record appearance maker, has passed away at the age of 79. West Ham fans remembering him today. Taking you to the City ground shortly. West Ham, though, late corner in the first half here. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Last action of the first half. Alisson stands inside the 6-yard box, watches that ball delivered over his head to the far post, headed behind, and the referee says that's enough. Half time at the London Stadium. Let's take you to the City ground. Chris Coles.
You called for goals, Ali. We have one for Brighton. Deserved opener for the visitors, scored by Maxime de Kuyper. Well found inside the penalty area, unmarked, and he slid it beyond the sliding cells. Forest 0, Brighton 1.
Sliding cells. Chris Coles with the goals. Half time at the London Stadium. Clinton Morrison is here. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Discuss.
Yeah, it's not been the thriller that we always get out, but you know what, Liverpool, I think West Ham would take this at the minute. If you ask West Ham if they're getting 0-0 against Liverpool, but then I'm thinking, go and be ambitious, go and win the game. It's a Liverpool team that are not in good form. Liverpool have moved the ball really well up to the crucial areas. It's either the final pass, final shot hasn't been good enough. I think the benches will win this game.
Well, Mo Salah is on that bench for Liverpool. The closest we came to a goal in the first half, Isak at close range, brilliantly denied by Alphonse Areola. Half time, West Ham 0, Liverpool 0.
Ali, Clinton, thank you very much for the time being. Half-time whistles just gone as well at the Premier League in Villa Park. Aaron Paul.
Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0. Rob Edwards would be very pleased with his side's effort here. They nullified the Villa attack, which looked alert and alive in the opening minutes of the game. Villa clipping the post through Donyell Marlon, but since then limited to feeding off scraps, and arguably, Steve, Wolves have had the better of the chances. They thought they'd broken the deadlock midway through the half. Jackson Chidua with a great ball in. Jorgen Strang Larsen leaning back, smashing the ball into the roof of the net. It was a wonderful finish. VAR then ruling that teammate John Arias was stood in an offside position, which was impacting the goalkeeper. Then just ahead of the break, again the same method. Chatsure with the ball off the right. Strand Larsen smashing it in towards goal at the near post. Right-footed, strong as an ox. Really good save from Emi Martinez from the resulting corner. Yes, and Mosquera forcing another excellent save out of the Argentinian goalkeeper, tipping the ball onto the post. It bounced down. Mosquera thought it bounced over the line. He tried to smash it back towards goal, and unfortunately for Wolves, Aston Villa able to get it away. Action-packed first half. As mentioned, Rob Edwards really will be pleased with what he's seen. It is 0-0.
Only goal in the 2:05 kickoff so far is at the City Ground, where it's now half-time. Chris Calls.
And it was scored by Maxime de Kuyper on the stroke of half-time for Brighton. They lead at Forest by 1-0, and it's a deserved lead as well. Brighton untouchable for the first 20 minutes, carving through Forest with almost every attack. Opportunities for Ruter twice, Vifa twice, a dunk header cleared off the line. They couldn't take any of them, and Forest found their feet. Gibbs White's brilliant volley just wide, another chance for the skipper dragged wide, and then Sangare bending off target from range, but right at the death, a ball to de Kuyper, and it was a good finish beyond Sells, which means we are at Forest 0, Brighton 1.
You'll be able to get second half commentary on any one of those three games via 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It's day 2 of the UK Snooker Championship. Jamie Broughton's watching the action at the York Barbican.
And we're watching the three-time champion Neil Robertson take on the Belgian qualifier Julien Leclerc. Robertson won the opening 2 frames. Leclerc hit back to reduce the arrears to 2-1. But Robertson is back at the table on a break of 65 and looking set for a 3-1 lead at the mid-session interval. Meanwhile, on the other table, Wu Yizha is closing in on victory. He's now 5-0 up against Michael Holt. Yizha was on for a 147 maximum break in frame 5, but broke down on 81. 6 is the target for a place in the last 16.
Bruno Fernandes and Martin O'Neill on the way after wins this afternoon for Manchester United and Celtic. We'll have more tributes to Billy Bonds as well before second half commentary from the London Stadium. We'll look ahead to the crucial F1 Grand Prix in Qatar, and we'll speak to John Murray at Stamford Bridge ahead of Chelsea versus Arsenal in full on 5 Live at 4:30. All of that after the news with Giuliano Cassidy.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, has rejected accusations she lied to the country in the build-up to the budget. The Conservatives have called for the Chancellor to resign, accusing her of misleading people by painting the financial state as worse than she knew it to be. The MP for Coventry South, Zara Sultana, has attacked unnamed people at the top of the new left-wing movement, Your Party. Speaking at its conference in Liverpool, she criticised those who blocked some supporters from attending the event over concerns they belong to other left-wing groups. An amber warning signalling a possible danger to life in parts of Wales has been extended. Forecasters are expecting nearly a month's worth of rain to fall in 24 hours from midnight across the majority of South Wales. And West Ham's former captain and manager Billy Bonds has died, aged 79. He's the club's longest-serving player after making 799 appearances across a 21-year career with them.
Snuggle up by an old stone fireplace and enjoy a cup of cocoa.
Christmas films on BBC iPlayer.
Here we are on the run-up to Christmas.
Christmas?
Excellent.
Great. Big whoopee. If you're not feeling festive yet...
No, not as such.
Oh. Spark your Christmas spirit.
Make this a good one.
With Nativity.
Are we ready to give it a go?
The Holiday.
Okay, let's go.
Bridget Jones's Diary.
That's the one.
And more.
Sounds perfect.
Festive film favourites on BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sports with Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
We'll go back to the football shortly, but this afternoon, Lando Norris could be crowned Formula One world champion. If he wins the Qatar Grand Prix, he will lift the title for the first time and become only the third Brit since Damon Hill in 1996 to do so. Harry Benjamin will be watching.
But 57 laps of racing stand in his way, Steve. The top 3 in the Drivers' Championship line up in the first 3 spots on the grid. But it's actually Oscar Piastri on pole, looking to keep his title bid alive. Lando Norris in second, with it all to lose. And Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, with absolutely everything to gain. We've seen drama in Turn 1, Lap 1 here previously. Throw in uncertainty over tyre performance and a high probability of safety car. The tension is rising, and we have a tantalising prospect on our hands in Qatar tonight ahead of the penultimate race of the year.
Yeah, we'll certainly be bringing you that first lap here on 5 Live. The full race is available on 5 Sports Extra. Coverage starts at 3:30. The race starts at 4, so just over an hour to go. Half-times in the Premier League. Villa 0, Wolves 0, Forest 0, Brighton 1 and West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. If you're just joining us, the sad news that we got earlier today is that Billy Bonds has passed away at the age of 79. West Ham's record appearance holder. He played 799 times for them. He captained them to 2 FA Cups and led them to promotion to the top flight twice as manager. Some reaction that we've heard in the last couple of hours. The West Ham captain of right now, Jared Bowen, has been speaking. He said he is probably going to go down as West Ham's biggest legend, the best captain the club have had. He achieved so much. I will never emulate that success, but to put on the armband like he did is a big thing. And Joe Cole, Billy Bonds was manager when I signed as a kid. He was really kind to me and my family. Growing up at West Ham, his name is synonymous with the club. Everything that's good about West Ham, Billy Bonds, that was him. Let's speak to Match of the Day's Jonathan Pearce, who's at Stamford Bridge this afternoon ahead of Chelsea versus Arsenal. Jonathan, I'm conscious that you knew each other really well, and lots of people will know the name, but not so many will know the man. So who was he to you?
Well, we worked together on the radio for a number of years in London. As a manager, he was the most honest I've ever met in the game. He was straight as a die. As a person, he was deeply loyal, passionate about the game of football. As a player, he played with that passion every second of every minute, of every hour, of every game. He was West Ham through and through. He loved the game of football. He loved the club. Everyone remembers him, Steve, as a player with the mud and blood dripping off the beard. But, do you know, he was an avid Thomas Hardy fan. He loved Hardy. He loved the poetry. He loved the novel, so much so he went down to Dorset to live the Hardy experience. He was fascinated with the fate over the years, the history of the Native American. These were different sides to Billy Bonds that people didn't know. He eschewed the flamboyance of being a football star because he didn't think he was. I was lucky enough to work with Bobby Moore, Steve, for years and years, and Bonzo said to me one day, "How did he get on with Moro when you first worked with him?" And I said, "Well, he was humble like you, Bill. And you know him better than me, Bonzo. You played with him for years." He said, "I'll let you into a secret, Pierso. For the first year I was in the dressing room at Upton Park, didn't speak to Bobby, couldn't bring myself to speak to Bobby. I was in awe of him." And I said, "In awe? You're never in awe of anyone." He said, "But Moro, he was different because he was so humble, Billy Bonds. He was a humble man." He came to my wedding, Steve, and he just charmed everyone. And at the end of that wedding, and we're talking 2002, I said to him, "You have made everyone's day here today, Bonzo." And he said, "No, they've made my day. It was a privilege." And that was Bonzo.
He sounds like so much more than a perfect colleague. He sounds like a perfect friend.
He was so loyal. He was so steadfast. People tend to forget he retired at West Ham, you know, and they needed someone to get them out of trouble. So he came back to play at the age of 41. There's so many legends about him. He had a very bad toe. And they thought, "That's the end, you can't carry on playing, Bill, because of your toe." He said, well, we'll cut it off. And they explained to him, no, they didn't do sort of amputations in the dressing room. So he couldn't carry on playing. It broke his heart. And when West Ham sacked him, he felt he'd been stabbed in the back. And he fell out of love with the club, you know, for a long while. He didn't go back. And then they enticed him back. And he walked out onto that pitch. And he got such an ovation. He had a tear in his eye. And I'm so glad there was that coming together again, because he was West Ham. His name is up on the stand now, the Billy Bonds stand, and Bonzo epitomised West Ham United, and for many, many people, he epitomised football of that age, because he gave his heart to the game.
Jonathan, just before we let you go then, let me ask you about him from a commentator's perspective. As a footballer, because we had a great conversation with Chris Hughton earlier, who described him as a manager because he coached Chris Hughton. But as a player, what was he like to watch?
Well, he growled into challenges. He left he didn't take prisoners out on the pitch, let's be honest. Bonzo, if he needed to clatter a player, would clatter a player. He was fearsome. And whenever we used to work with him in the commentary box, he loved the game of football so much he would never criticise the game of football. But he called an angel an angel. He called a spanner a spanner. He called a numpty a numpty, because that's what he was. He was straightforward. And as I said right at the top of this, he was honest as the day is long. And I will never forget my friend Bonzo.
Jonathan, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, even in such sad circumstances. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
That's Jonathan Pearce. What a wonderful tribute there to Billy Bonds, who's passed away at the age of 79. And if you want to go back later, perhaps on BBC Sounds, you'll hear that Chris Hughton spoke to us before 1 o'clock as well, who played under Billy Bonds. Lots of really, really powerful tributes coming in. And West Ham United have obviously marked his passing and their appreciation for him today. And they are planning, we know, a really extra special, I'm sure it will be, tribute to him ahead of their next home game next month as well. Former West Ham captain Billy Bonds, who's passed away at the age of 79. We've got more football coming up with Chelsea versus Arsenal in the Premier League in full at 4:30, and we'll be back at our games at Villa Park and the City Ground and the London Stadium shortly. Already today, Manchester United have moved into the top 6 with a comeback win over Crystal Palace. They beat them 2-1 at Selhurst Park. Here's United captain Bruno Fernandes.
I think first half we were a little bit slow with the ball, playing at their strengths, going wide with the ball and making the pressure a little bit easier for them. We're not very good in the second balls and reacting when we lose the ball. So that's what they were waiting for this game. They were not pressing, to then being able on the second ball to have a lot of players in the middle of the park to get the counters. I think second half, that's what we changed a little bit. We were very aggressive on second balls, reacting when we lose it, and much more brave on the ball.
2 sharp finishes that won the game for you. You provided the assist for both of them. Tell me about the quality of both of those goals, though, from Xerxes and Mount.
No, unbelievable goals. Obviously, I think the Josh one, I didn't even thought he could score from there. It was a hell of a strike. But I know his qualities. I know how good it is. We had one situation in training that we were training some set pieces, and me and him did exactly the same set piece. Just by looking at each other and understanding where he wanted the ball, he just looked at me, pointed where was the space for him, and today was just he just said repeat it again, and we did it, and I'm very, very proud of the way he finished that goal.
That's Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain, United up to 6th in the Premier League table. So the second half's available in all of these games across 5 Live and BBC Sounds. We'll all be back together at 4:30 for Chelsea versus Arsenal, the top 2 in the Premier League. John Murray.
Well, last time I saw you, Steve, last Sunday night, I told you how much I was looking forward to this match.
Yep.
Since then, Chelsea have beaten the Spanish champions Barcelona, and Arsenal have given a chasing to the German champions Bayern Munich. So I'm looking forward to it all the more. And you know, they're banging form, brewing with confidence. Honestly, I know we do say this from time to time, but all of the ingredients are here that you would need for a very, very good match.
You're going to bring us the team news in the next sort of 10-15 minutes, so I'm conscious I could ask you this question and it could quickly become irrelevant. But as a commentator, you must be hoping to see Estevao in that starting 11 for Chelsea, because he has become one of the most fun players to watch.
Yep, very much so, and I've seen relatively little of him actually this season, although I did see him score his only Premier League goal when he got the very late winner against Liverpool here in the Premier League match. What will be interesting is if Cole Palmer is fit and is in the starting lineup, where it all fits together for Chelsea.
And from an Arsenal perspective as well, every time they seem to get a test, they seem to pass it. But this does look like a really big one.
It does, yeah. And it'd be interesting to see if Trossard is going to be fit for this, because I think he's been a bit of an unsung star for them in recent times. What I can tell you is that Gabriel Jesus has been seen getting off the team bus. So it might be that he's back in the picture as well as Odegaard, the captain. Whether they'll be in the starting lineup, though, I think certainly with Gabriel Jesus, I think more likely on the substitutes bench. But he's not played for Arsenal since January with the knee injury that he's had.
Thank you very much, John. Correspondent John Murray there at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea versus Arsenal in full 4:30 with John and Pat Nevin. Villa 0, Wolves 0. Second half commentary about to start on Sports Extra 3. Forest 0, Brighton 1 about to get underway on Sports Extra 2. Here on 5 Live, ball on the centre spot. West Ham, Liverpool, level at 0-0. Second half commentary with Clinton Morrison and Ali Bruceport.
Second half just underway. Big roar from the West Ham fans. Bubbles still in the air after the singing again of bubbles as the two teams came back out onto the field. They do it before the game. They do it before the second half as well. We're hoping for a little improvement in quality in terms of the action in this second half. Kirkes has taken an early whack in the face for Liverpool, so that gives us a stoppage in play right at the start of the second half. And Clinton, you and I both had an eye on the two sets of subs warming up, in particular Liverpool's. Hugo Ekitike seemed to be going through quite a vigorous warm-up at half-time there.
Yeah, it was very thorough, and it looked like maybe they were going to make a change at half-time, so maybe in the next 5 or 10 minutes we might see him introduced. I don't know where, because I think Wirtz has done all right and Gakpo's caused a few problems, so it might be for Isak.
Could be for Isak, who started as the centre forward today, has had the best chance of the game, denied at close range by Areola. Szoboszlai has been playing, I mean, he's not playing in Salah's position as the sort of right winger, but has been on the right in the attack for Liverpool. Gakpo on the left and Isak through the middle. Mo Salah named amongst the substitutes this afternoon. Liverpool in these off-white shirts, black shorts, black socks, playing from left to right in this second half, and West Ham in the famous claret and blue. It's 0-0 and McAllister's on the turn for Liverpool. Lovely bit of skill, takes him past Magassa up to the edge of the penalty area. Gakpo makes the run on the outside. Pass wasn't good enough to find him. Gave Wan-Bissaka a chance to run across and smack it out of play for a throw into Liverpool.
Yeah, it was a good run and good play from McAllister, but you're right, the timing of the pass to Gakpo enabled Wan-Bissaka to get in there, but it's been a good positive start from Liverpool in the second half. So
I'll run you through the two teams again in just a second. Throw in for Liverpool taken by Kerkez. McAllister's layoff goes straight out of play for a throw. It's just everything's just been slightly off, hasn't it? Just
yeah, it's not been
off.
quite right there. You're right. Yeah. Oh, it's not like the pass or the throw, and it's just not, or the layoff's not been quite there.
And I think Clinton, and you'll know this having played the game as a coach. You know, you'll have probably worked on it all week, and everything's clicking, and then you get out there, and it's intangible. You can't explain why, but it's just not happening, and it's frustrating.
It is frustrating, and I bet on the slot, well, if he had hair, he'll be pulling his hair out, so because it'd be really frustrating.
Gravenberch's header forward is headed away by young Freddie Potts for West Ham. The ball's loose inside the West Ham half. They've switched to a back four this afternoon, so Maximilian Kilman and Igor Julio have both dropped to the bench. Mavropanos has come in, and Magassa's come in as well, so it's more of a 4-3-3 for West Ham. Areola in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Diouf at left back, Todibo and Mavropanos the two centre backs, Magassa, Potts and Mateus Fernandes the midfield three. Bowen, Paquetá and Callum Wilson make up the West Ham team. 3 minutes into this second half and it's still 0-0 on a gloriously sunny afternoon in East London. Liverpool have Alisson in goal, Gomez at right back, first Premier League start of the season for him, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez, Gravenberch and McAllister in front of them, then Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Gakpo and Isak make up the rest of the Liverpool 11, and Gomez is hugging the right hand touchline in front of the West Stand where we sit, high above the pitch. Konate forward to Wirtz, round the corner to Gomez, bit of space in front of him, passes back to Wirtz to Gravenberch, McAllister in the centre circle, clever little flick from Szoboszlai back to Gravenberch. Gomez wanted it wide on the right, but Gravenberch went straight up the middle, nearly found Wirtz in space on the edge of the box. Again, just a yard off, the pass went past him through to the keeper.
Yeah, it's like the build-up play for Liverpool is very good, but it's in that final third, and that's for West Ham. If you're going to just keep doing that from Mavropanos and giving it back to Liverpool, eventually Liverpool are going to score. You've got to be better on the ball.
Yeah. Home wins in the last two home games against Newcastle and Burnley, scoring 3 goals each time for West Ham. Then the 2-2 away to Bournemouth last weekend, so things definitely picking up. Here it's 0-0. Konate's high ball out to Kerkez, chip pass to Wirtz, cleverly lays it off to Kerkez, forward to Gakpo, turns, shoots, always rising over the bar. Huge cheers from the West Ham fans, and it is a goal kick for their team. 0-0.
You think it's a matter of time though, Al? You do think it's a matter of time, the way Liverpool are carving up West Ham open without working Areola, but that's a good opportunity. That's just a player at the moment. Most of these Liverpool players are not in confidence with that strike from Gakpo.
So goal kick West Ham, centre backs either side of Areola inside the penalty area. Wirtz immediately goes herring forward towards Mavropanos as he plays the ball back to Areola, cross to Todibo. Diouf on the left hand side, that ball's gone out of play, but it took a flick off Szoboszlai. That'll be a West Ham throw. Nottingham Forest, Brighton are into the second half. Chris Coles.
3 minutes into the second half, Forest 0, Brighton 1. A response from Sean Dyche at half-time. He has introduced Callum Hudson-Odoi for the ineffectual Nico Dominguez on the wing, and Forest need something. They were quite flat in that first half. Forest 0, Brighton 1.
Chelsea Arsenal team news on the way from John Murray. We've got commentary on that game on 5 Live, kicking off at 4:30 over on Sports Extra this afternoon. Coverage starting in just over 15 minutes time of the Qatar Grand Prix, penultimate race of the season. Lando Norris trying to clinch the title. Build up from 3:30, race starts at 4 o'clock. Gravenberch plays back to Alisson inside his penalty area. Wilson is close by for West Ham. Alisson sweeps it away, it bounces in front of Kirkes, he heads it forward to Gakpo, back to Kirkes, stoops, nods it into the path of Weerts. Kirkes continues his run, Weerts was fouled, referee's going to play an advantage, low ball into the edge of the penalty area, nearly ran to Szoboszlai but it didn't quite. Kirkes is still down, advantage has been played and the referee is now not going to stop the game. So what can West Ham do on the counter-attack? Diouf loves the space on the left here. Low cross comes in. Konate is there. First time clearance over the head of Diouf and out for a throw-in to West Ham. To Villa Park, Aaron Paul.
Villa 0, Wolves 0. A fascinating second half in prospect here. Wolves the better side in the first, and you wonder when Unai Emery turns to some of the star power on his bench. And I mean Ollie Watkins. Daniel Marlin's been a passenger here so far. 0-0.
Yeah, Watkins on the bench for Villa, Salah on the bench for Liverpool. Crossing from Diouf and Alisson pats it down and then grabs the loose ball and comes racing out to the edge of his own penalty area. Clinton.
Yeah, it's been better from West Ham, but the deliveries into the box have to be better. Diouf tries to get half a yard, but he's got to put it into an area. Either he misses that first man or in and around that 6-yard box. It's been hard for Callum Wilson to beat Van Dijk and Konate in the air.
West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. What about Rangers Falkirk? Kenny Crawford.
57 minutes gone, it's still Rangers 0, Falkirk 0. A little bit of a scare for Rangers a minute ago when Dylan Tate played well in the middle of the park and slid through Calvin Miller, but the on-rushing Jack Butland dealt with that, thankfully, for Rangers fans. Rangers fans now have a free kick on the left. It's Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
Gravenberch's diagonal ball looking for Weerts, intercepted by Wan-Bissaka. Jarrod Bowen sprints away, ball at his feet down the right, crosses the halfway line, runs into trouble. Gravenberch steps in, loses it for Liverpool. Freddie Potts is on the ball for West Ham. Finds Diouf. Diouf's cross is blocked by the first defender. Potts has it again, plays it to Fernandes. The West Ham fans wanted Mateus Fernandes to take a pot shot there. He decided not to. Goes wide to Wan-Bissaka, who uses Bowen, who's right on his shoulder. Now Paquetá, 25 yards out, tries to thread it through, but it goes straight past Fernandes. And it's at the feet of Alisson.
Yeah, you're looking at West Ham, you're thinking, how are you going to score? Because once the ball goes wide, there's only one person in the box. Callum Wilson, Fernandes, Paquetá, he likes to get involved. He has to make the box. Has to make the box. And also Jarrod Bowen. They don't have enough bodies in the box.
8 minutes gone, second half. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. In terms of the midweek Premier League football, Liverpool at home to Sunderland, who are sitting fourth in the Premier League table, so that's going to be a right test. West Ham away to Manchester United, who after the win at Crystal Palace, sixth in the Premier League table. At the start of today, I think there was 4 points between Sunderland in fourth and Everton in 14th. So tight, almost from top to bottom. Top two play each other this afternoon at Stamford Bridge. We got commentary on Chelsea Arsenal coming your way here on 5 Live. Paquetá out to Bowen. Bowen up against Kirkes. Takes him on the outside. Cross is blocked by Van Dijk. Comes off his shin. Goes behind for a West Ham corner. What's Van Dijk complaining about there? Is he talking to his teammates or the referee?
It's got to be his teammates. But stop, he can't throw. I know he's trying to G his teammates up, but don't throw your hands. When you're in a sticky position like that, just get behind them. But I understand what he's saying. They've lost the ball, so he's letting them know he is the captain. 9
defeats in the last 12 games in all competitions. 2 against Palace, Galatasaray, Chelsea, Manchester United, Brentford, Manchester City, Nottingham Forest and PSV Eindhoven in the last 3 games. Which way is it going to go today? An anxious Arne Slot is watching this West Ham corner being taken away to our left. An outswinger headed away by Gakpo. Fernandes gets that header wrong, goes straight up in the air. Todibo helps out, nods it to his right, and then the cross is fired in by Potts into the shins of Kirkes and goes out for a throw-in to West Ham.
It's another poor delivery from Potts. He's out, he's the corner. You've got to beat the first man. You cannot. You've got your centre backs. You've not created a lot of opportunities, and West Ham's deliveries from set pieces haven't been good enough.
Throw in West Ham. Mo Salah's goal-scoring record against West Ham is phenomenal. 13 goals in 18 games against them. Waited to get into the action, but at the moment, no call for him as yet. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Potts to Paquetá, back to Magassa, into Potts. All of this inside the Liverpool half. Liverpool players creeping towards the West Ham player in possession. Wan-Bissaka, now Mateus Fernandes. They work space on the right for Bowen. Bowen's onto that dangerous left foot, hits the shot, that's blocked, and it goes behind for another West Ham corner. Good spell of pressure here from the home team. We'll see what West Ham can do with the corner, and then John Murray will be able to bring us the team news from Chelsea Arsenal. West Ham having a good little moment here, Clinton.
Yeah, very good football. That's what you want. Progressive football, 1 and 2 touches, and yeah, it was good play from Bowen.
Right, they've taken the corner short. Here's Paquetá, receives it on the corner of the box. Cross comes in. Konate jumps high, flicks the header behind him. It's going to be another West Ham corner. And I know John will want time to deliver the team news ahead of such a big game, so I'm just going to hold on.
Tell John it's not about him at the moment. His game's at 4:30. We'll come to him in a minute.
I know he will have enjoyed me saying in a good moment as well, because we've been talking about that little phrase on the commentator's view this season, which has come into football parlance from the continental managers. But West Ham at the moment are in a good moment, putting Liverpool under a little bit of pressure. 0-0. Not been a great game so far, but this place will erupt if West Ham can take the lead against a fragile Liverpool. Corner from Potts, in it comes, headed away, edge of the 6-yard box, runs all the way out towards Wan-Bissaka. Mateusz Fernandes takes over on the ball inside the Liverpool half, threatens to take it forward, plays it back to Wan-Bissaka. Cross it comes here to Sunguto Magassa, who goes to his right and finds Paquetá, looks for the run of Bowen. Konate's got it covered, takes a touch, Bowen is there. Konate's clearance only as far as Paquetá, who was too strong for Gravenberg. Little dancing feet and a flick here to Mateusz Fernandes. Down the line it goes, down the right to Bowen. Konate closes the space down. Bowen again whips a low ball back to Fernandes, to Paquetá. Chip pass forward here to Wan-Bissaka. Couldn't quite control it. Still not easy for Konate here, and knocks it out for a throw into West Ham in an attacking position on the right. And I'm still not ready to go, Clinton, I've got to say, because West Ham are going to take that throw in quickly.
He's doing it on purpose, John. No, not really.
Don't you get me in trouble.
He's not. We are attacking. No, we are attacking.
To Debo. Across here. Big build-up to this team news, isn't it? Across to Magassa. Could be big build-up to a West Ham goal, though, as well. West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. Diouf to Potts. Potts just working the ball deftly between left foot and right foot. Mavropanos slides his pass diagonally right to Paquetá, nearly loses it, but takes it past McAllister, hits a dipping volley wide of the target, behind for the goal kick. Coming John Murray.
Yes, don't mind waiting for you two. There is some big news in the team news, because the headline is there's no Saliba for Arsenal. He's had a knock in training, so Gabriel already out, no Saliba either. So neither of their first choice central defenders. So more on Arsenal in a moment, but first of all, Chelsea. Estevao starts, Palmer is on the bench. This is the Chelsea team: Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah and Cucurella. Then James, Caicedo and Fernandes in the midfield, Estevao and Neto either side of Joao Pedro. And for Arsenal, this means that Mosquera and Hincapié are the two central defenders. So Raya in goal, those two in central defence, Timber and Calafiori the full-backs, Zubamendi and Rice, then Saka, Eza, Martinelli and Merino. So there is no Trossard, but on the bench, Gabriel Jesus, Gyökeres and Odegaard.
OK, John, thank you. Worth the wait. 14 minutes gone in the second half at the London Stadium. Pat Nevin accompanies John this afternoon. Full commentary of Chelsea-Liverpool. Chelsea-Arsenal, I beg your pardon. We're watching West Ham-Liverpool here. And this game is 0-0, and I'm taking it to Villa Park very shortly. But Liverpool, while John was giving us that team news, had a counter that they couldn't quite turn into a shooting opportunity. They've won a throw, long throw, into the near post, headed away by Mavropanos, only as far as Gomez, back to Wirtz. Wirtz, edge of the box, dummies the shot with the left foot. Wan-Bissaka's in his way. Gakpo gets it on the left. Isak, with his right foot, finds the back of the net and scores his first Premier League goal for Liverpool. And that was classic Isak. First time, brilliant timing, sweet finish. West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Deadly from Isak.
Yeah, brilliant from Isak. West Ham wanted offside. They thought Gakpo, the pass to Gakpo from Wirtz, maybe have been offside, but he don't care about that. Once he cuts it back, the finish from Isak's outstanding, because it's on the half volley, Ali, and it's brilliant the way he's just controlled it. It was only a matter of time. Can't defend the whole game like West Ham have and expect to get anything. And he's miles onside. He's like there's three defenders playing in one. Once it comes to Isak, it's a fantastic finish.
Wow. That went like a rocket across the floor. Areola flew to his right, was never getting there. What a feeling. Clinton, what a feeling that must be for Alexander Isak. That's such a tight space he's got the ball in there at the near post, but all the pressure, all the money spent, been out of form, to get that first Premier League goal is going to be absolutely massive for him.
And he gets all of us talking about him as well, and how he's not been up to it and not scoring goals, and he hasn't really done much in the game, but he's brought in to score goals, and that could be a big goal for Isak and Liverpool moving forward out.
Very glad he didn't do it while John Murray was running through the team news at Chelsea Arsenal. So Isak's first Premier League goal for Liverpool. West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Aaron Paul patiently waiting for us at Villa Park. He's watching Villa Wolves.
Big chance of the visitors. Villa so sloppy in midfield. Wolves taking advantage, building down the right-hand side. Chad Chua's ball struck on the edge of the D on the half volley by Bellegarde. Unbelievable save. Low down to his left by Martinez. Unai Emery has responded. Ollie Watkins is on, but it's Wolves in the ascendancy. Villa 0, Wolves 0.
Next stop, the City Ground. Chris Coles.
Forest in the ascendancy here, even though they trail Brighton by 1-0. Much brighter from Sean Dyche's side in this second half, playing with much more energy, much more creativity. Gibbs White at the centre of it, but still no chances of note created. Forest 0, Brighton 1.
And next we go to Ibrox, Rangers Falkirk. Kenny Crawford.
66 minutes gone still, Rangers 0, Falkirk 0, but this game's really burst into life. Alfredo Aguiman, the Ghanaian forward for Falkirk, has had two good chances, both saved by Butland, but the first one was after a horrendous error from Butland, which he recovered from. And then at the other hand, JD Gassama forced a great save from Scott Bain. So still Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
So Liverpool leading West Ham by 1-0 here at the London Stadium. What are West Ham now going to do to try and change this game? As Kirkes receives it on the left-hand side. First time cross blocked by Wan-Bissaka, knocked behind for the Liverpool corner. Coming into this game, Liverpool off the back of 3 straight defeats, so got those wins over Aston Villa and Real Madrid. And not that everyone thought everything was suddenly rosy, but then beaten at Manchester City comfortably, beaten by Nottingham Forest at home comfortably, and beaten 4-1 by PSV Eindhoven. Massive game this for Liverpool this afternoon, and they are ahead, and they've got themselves a corner, and I can see Van Dijk is having a little chat with Florian Wirtz here before this corner is taken. Gakpo will take it from the left, and Lucas Paquetá is trying to mark the giant that is Van Dijk. In it comes, and Areola leaps and flicks a right paw at the ball and gets a touch on it, and Magassa sprints to his left and keeps it in play by the corner flag. Long ball downfield for Paquetá to chase. Wirtz has got the beating of him, gets there first and knocks it back to Alisson. So I wonder what we're going to see from Nuno and West Ham now, Clinton, because they're going to have to do something a bit different now.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. You're thinking, who have you really got on the bench?
Yeah.
You've got full crew who can come on, Guillermo, but it's not really a lot of attacking players, are there, that can come on and change the game?
Souček is the one. I mean, I know he's not strictly an attacking, but he can come on and sometimes score an important goal, can't he?
Yeah, but not as a centre forward though. You've got to put him in his natural midfield position, because it's difficult when you don't have the ball.
West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Manchester United 2-1 winners at Crystal Palace. Still Villa 0, Wolves 0 at Villa Park. Commentary of that one on Sports Extra 3, and Brighton 1 up at Forest. Commentary of that one on Sports Extra 2, and getting underway shortly on Sports Extra, our coverage of the Qatar Grand Prix. Title is on the line. Fernando Norris finishes 4 points or fewer ahead of Oscar Piastri, his closest rival. He will win the title today. Penultimate race of the season. Here's Bowen dribbling for West Ham, crossing from the right beyond everyone. Gomez lets it go. Juve chases, can't keep it in play. That'll be a throw-in for Liverpool on the right. But if Piastri can win, if Verstappen can win, then it's all to play for going into that final Grand Prix next weekend. That's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and of course full coverage across our networks of that next weekend. So Liverpool throw coming in the right back position. 25 minutes or so still to play, and Liverpool lead through the Isak goal, which is well worth a watch on Match of the Day tonight on BBC One, because it's a good finish, isn't it, Clinton?
Yeah,
really smart finish.
Yeah, it's not from a striker who hasn't scored a lot of goals at Liverpool. It's a brilliant finish. The way he controls it into that bottom corner, fantastic.
Paquetá 10 yards inside the Liverpool half, pass to Wan-Bissaka, back to Paquetá, being closed down by the Liverpool players. Bowen's first time ball, looking for Wan-Bissaka, nearly was able to take that on the run. Liverpool have won it. Here's Gakpo knocked off his feet by Wan-Bissaka just short of the halfway line. 2 West Ham players had a go there to try and stop him. They managed it in the end, and it'll be a free kick to Liverpool. Don't think we've seen a yellow card in the game as yet.
No, it's not been that kind of game though, is it, Al?
No.
You're hoping now it livens up. We needed that goal.
Guilherme will come on for West Ham. That'll be the first change for the home team. Luis Guilherme, who started the last game against Bournemouth, came off at half-time, the 19-year-old Brazilian. So that'll be something else for Liverpool to think about. And it looks like Ekitike, who was going through his paces at half-time. Magassa slides in on Soboslai. Soboslai's down hurt. Referee Darren England had a clear view of this. He's blown the whistle. He's telling everyone to calm down. And he's showing a yellow card, the first of the game, to Magassa. Took his time about the decision and has decided that's a yellow card, and we're now going to have a look at the challenge, Clinton, on a slow motion replay.
No chance. He gets the ball. He rolls his foot. He gets the ball, and then his foot goes over the top of the ball. But his initial contact, he gets the ball. It's not even a foul. It's just because it looks aggressive. Darren, nowhere near is it a foul. I knew straight away, Ali, when I saw it wasn't a foul. It's a bad decision from Darren England.
Callum Wilson complained. Magassa looked aghast at the decision. Ekitike is getting the instructions from Arne Slot. I don't know who he's going to come on for, Hugo Ekitike. Clinton's always good at guessing games like that. I'm not sure today, actually, though, Clinton.
If you take, well, you might think Isak's done enough, and they've got games in the midweek. If not, my bet would be it should be Gakpo, but it won't be Gakpo. It probably more than likely will be Isak.
Okay, let's wait and see.
But I could be wrong today.
Right, first change coming for... Hang on, who's got to know? It's Liverpool first. That is Ekitike coming on for Isak. You're right, Isak has done enough. He's got his goal. And Arne Slot is going to give him a break before Sunderland at home. But the all-important first Premier League goal has been scored by Isak. And the referee's starting to hurry off the field, and he's not. Eventually, he just breaks into a gentle jog. He turns and applauds the Liverpool fans, and Ekitike will come on to replace him, who actually, in terms of the football played so far this season, has been in better form than Isak. But I know Arne Slot will be absolutely delighted that his big money summer signing has got that first Premier League goal for Liverpool, which could well prove to be the winner this afternoon. And Guilherme comes on for Magassa, who was just booked for the challenge. Luis Guilherme comes on to replace him midway through the second half. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. That's one of the great things about the BBC Sounds app. Here we are on 5 Live. You can get us on the Sounds app. You can get Sports Extra 2 and 3 as well. All the podcasts there for you, like the Football Daily that'll have the Premier League review for you later on. Whatever you want to listen to, it is there. And also, if you want to go back and listen again, if you listen to Jonathan Pearce at half-time talking about his friendship with Billy Bonds, well worth a listen. So half-time in this game, just get yourself onto the Sounds app, stations and schedules, find today's programme, 5 Live Sport this afternoon, and then take it to the time you want to get to, and you can listen to that. It's been a really moving day at West Ham this afternoon. Right, finally a breakthrough at Villa Park. Aaron Paul.
Wow, some goal it is as well. Villa 1, Wolves 0. Boubacar Kamara with an absolute stunner of a strike, ball in from the right, just rolled into feet, and he's able to get some real elevation on it and slam it past the goalkeeper. Stunning strike. Unai Emery delighted. Villa 1, Wolves 0.
So Villa 1 up on Wolves, Brighton 1 up at Nottingham Forest, Liverpool 1 up here at West Ham. Throw in for Liverpool. First time ball from Paquetá, was looking for Bowen, but it was 10 yards beyond him, and it's gone straight out for a throw. Kirkes takes his time over the throw. Long one down the left-hand touchline. Wan-Bissaka heads it infield to Potts. Potts passes across to Diouf, and Diouf has got Guilherme running ahead of him. Decides not to use him, turns and plays it back to Todibo. Todibo across to Mavropanos. So, coverage of the Qatar Grand Prix, the build-up to it, has begun on Sports Extra, just on air on Sports Extra. Race starts at 4 o'clock if you want that. Here it's West Ham 0, Liverpool 1, and Guilherme is getting his first couple of touches of the ball, and West Ham has somehow got to try and find a way through here.
Yeah, they don't have no pace in them front areas. They're missing some of it. Some of it was a big miss for them at the moment.
Yeah. Fernandes dummies across with his right foot, then passes back to Potts, who had Wirtz right on him there. Does well for West Ham. Paquetá's cross is blocked. West Ham win a corner. Jarrod Bowen applauds. West Ham still very much in this game. And just the run that Liverpool are on sort of brings its own pressure with a 1-0 lead. Any attacking opportunities for the opposition will bring nerves. Van Dijk is marshalling the troops. He just adjusts his shin pads, bounces on the toes of his feet 3-4 times, waiting to defend this corner. In it comes, Paquetá jumps, out to the edge of the box it goes. Wirtz gets a touch on the ball, and it's passed back by Diouf to Wan-Bissaka, who's in the centre circle. Rolls it to his right to Fernandes, brings it forward 10 yards. Very nearly lost it to Ekitike in a dangerous position. Potts to Bowen, and then Bowen hits a pass with his left foot into his right leg. Gets very lucky to keep the ball. Then goes past Ekitike, takes on Kirkes, gets the cross in. Van Dijk gets a foot on it, and Gakpo should be able to bring it away for Liverpool down the left. Good sliding challenge on him by Potts. Throw in for Liverpool. Chris Coles is watching Nottingham Forest against Brighton.
And watching Matt Sells make a couple of really good saves to keep Forest in this game. Still Forest 0, Brighton 1. Ball in from the left. Gomez header. Reaction save from Sells. Kadioglu with a driven rebound. Another good save from Sells. Still Forest 0, Brighton 1.
Commentary of that one over on Sports Extra 2. Throw in for Liverpool. West Ham fans baying for Kirkes to get on with it, feeling he was wasting a bit of time. That looked like a very clumsy challenge by Paquetá. That's frustration, trying to win a ball back. Wasn't even a 50-50. Barges into Wirtz, knocks him over. Free kick Liverpool.
Yeah, the right decision from Darren England. It's just frustration for Paquetá, and Wirtz does well. Gets his body in the way of Paquetá and forces the free kick. You know what, Al? It'd be interesting now Liverpool scored. We might not see Mohamed Salah this afternoon.
Maybe not. No, it's a good point. Sunderland at home on Wednesday. Leeds away next Saturday, which is a 5 Live commentary. It kicks off at 5:30, and then Inter Milan away in the Champions League after that. The fixtures, they keep on coming. Isak, the goal scorer, now off. Ekitike's done well for Liverpool. Szoboszlai gets it on the right. Gomez goes running past him. He passes back into midfield to Gravenberch. The 1-2 with Wirtz, and back it comes to Van Dijk. Van Dijk passes low to Gravenberch, across to Szoboszlai. Liverpool toying with West Ham. We'll check in on Rangers Falkirk. Kenny Crawford.
78 minutes gone, Ali. Still Rangers 0, Falkirk 0, but Falkirk finding belief. Another good shot by the Bairns. Ethan Williams this time on loan from Manchester United, low to Jack Butland's right. Butland dealt with it. Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
Livingston 0, Aberdeen 0 as well. That game kicked off at 3 o'clock in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. Celtic 2-1 winners at Hibs to close the gap on the leaders' hearts to a couple of points. Liverpool in control here, but only leading 1-0.
Yeah, Kirkes has done well against Jared Bowen. Hasn't really gave him a kick. He just got tight to him there, didn't let him turn. He's found it difficult, Jared Bowen, this afternoon against Kirkes. I'm going to give Kirkes praise. He's done well so far.
Szoboszlai on the ball for Liverpool, across to the Hungarian Kirkes. Pacey pass to Van Dijk, who makes that look beautiful as he puts his right foot through the ball and times a long pass out to Gomez on the right. The 1-2 with Wirtz, who's looked full of confidence this afternoon, showing some lovely touches on the ball. Now he's trying to win it back off Todibo, who's now dribbling into his own penalty area, which will give the West Ham fans the heebie-jeebies. Across it comes to Diouf. Diouf scoops a clearance away down the left, straight out of play for a throw into Liverpool, who are just sort of tightening their grip on this game here. And Curtis Jones will be the next substitute on for Liverpool, so Mo Salah, if he's going to come on, will have to bide his time.
Yeah, he will. I don't know why Todibo and Diouf didn't just clear their lines. I'm all for playing out from the back, Al, but not when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
And you're already losing the game.
Ooh, West Ham half asleep there. Diouf wasn't watching as Liverpool took the throw from an attacking position on the right. Gomez has it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai curls a pass back towards Kirkes. Chests the ball down. 17 minutes plus added time to play. Curtis Jones waiting to come on. For the champions Liverpool, who lead 1-0 at West Ham. Konate, forceful ball up towards Wirtz. The touch is sure, controls it well. Szoboszlai comes back to Konate again. All sorts of team news came in from Chelsea Arsenal, which is the next commentary here on 5 Live. Pat Nevin and John Murray will be delighted that Esteban is starting.
Yeah.
He is a joy to watch.
He's a joy. Yeah. And Chelsea will be happy Saliba's not fit.
Yes.
That's a new backline. Yeah. It's a good opportunity for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a good point. Chelsea Arsenal on the way. Kicks off at 4:30. Villa 1 up on Wolves. Brighton 1 up at Forest. Liverpool 1 up on West Ham here.
Come on, referee.
Come on, referee, says Clinton Morrison to Darren England, because he's given a free kick to Liverpool here for a challenge made on Gravenberch just inside the West Ham half. It was Mateus Fernandes who was trying to get to the ball first, put his left foot in. Wirtz is coming off. Now that, I've not watched all Liverpool's games this season. That looked a bit more like it from Florian Wirtz to me. Looked happier today, Clinton.
Yeah, he looked happier. He played in a role where he wants to play in a number 10. Do I feel he's better than Szoboszlai in that position? No way. Dominic Szoboszlai is the best at Liverpool in that position. But as I say, at the moment, Dom Summerside plays anywhere because he's the best player, but at Liverpool. But I think Verts, you're right, Ali. I thought he's had a really good afternoon. He looked confident, didn't he? He looked like he had a buzz and a spring in his step.
Yeah. Just going to get on the old BBC Sport website and look at the match stats in a second. I'm just asking myself, have West Ham had a shot on target in this game?
No, that's a great...
I don't think they have
either. I think you're right.
I can't think of a save that Alisson has actually made. West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Here come Liverpool looking for a second. Curtis Jones on the pitch and on the ball. Gets it back from Ekitike. What a flick to Ekitike! Kills the shot just wide of the left-hand post. Let's take you then to the pit lane, to the grid, the Qatar Grand Prix. The race starts at 4. Here's Jenny Gow.
Yes, it's a busy one as we near the start of this race. Oscar Piastri in the McLaren is on pole position. He needs to claw back the lead that Lando Norris has. This could be his time though. Norris on the verge of winning his first ever world title. It's just gone off the grid. There's lots of stars here, lots of people buzzing around. You can really feel the fever pitch, and the one man who could be a real thorn in McLaren's side, it's Max Verstappen. He's still on the charge. He's still in mathematical oh my goodness me, he's still in contention. That's the word I'm looking for. I apologise for this championship. He needs to go all out today. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Race starts at 4 o'clock. Jenny is there with the team. Commentary of the race over on Sports Extra. Nicholas Fulcroot, that is a substitution that you feel has to be made for West Ham because they haven't had a shot on target in this game. Bowen again, shadowed by Kirkes, out on the right for West Ham. We're into the last 15 minutes here. West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Fernandes to Paquetá. Paquetá in the inside right channel, gives it to Bowen. Early cross with the left foot. Canate will deal with that, heads it away. Wan-Bissaka wins the next header. Fernandes cushions one down to Paquetá. Neat footwork, takes him away from Ekitike. Takes on another man and loses it. The ball runs here for Ekitike. McAllister's gone down off the ball. Fernandes has gone down as well. It's given as a Liverpool throw just short of the halfway line. It remains West Ham 0, Liverpool 1, and Fulcroot will come on for Wilson. So that is a life. I mean, Wilson doesn't have a sniff for that.
You're right, but go for 2 up front. You're losing the game. You've got 13 minutes to go, Nuno. Try and be a bit more positive and give something different. It's still one striker against 2 defenders. It does my head in because he's a good manager, but sometimes he can be so negative with them substitutions.
Closing stages of the 2:05 kickoffs as it was this afternoon in the Premier League. Villa 1 up on Wolves. Brighton 1 up at Nottingham Forest. And here it's West Ham 0, Liverpool 1, and we've got commentary here on 5 Live of Chelsea-Arsenal on the way. If you're an NFL fan, usual coverage tonight as the season continues on Sports Extra from 9 o'clock. Bills at Steelers tonight. Buffalo Bills at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just cross, blocked by Gomez, and goes out for a West Ham throw, attacking position on the left. They need to test Alisson. They need to find something in the last 15 minutes.
I don't understand how Souček's not come on yet as well.
Yeah,
just a threat from set pieces. He'll get you. He's a threat. He's a goal-scoring threat.
Mavropanos to Paquetá. First time ball to Fernandes. That's got to be a foul on him by Jones. Play continues. Good advantage played. That ball though forces Wan-Bissaka wide. Wan-Bissaka plays it back here to Fernandes. One touch, then the cross. Poor delivery into the back of Gakpo. West Ham fans appeal for a handball. There wasn't one. Paquetá gets the cross in, near post flick, header wide of the target. The offside flag was up. The angle was really tight for Fulcroot there. Had to be the most gentle of glancing headers. Nearly got it right, actually.
He did. I think it was the ball in to Paquetá. I think he was offside. Yeah, he was offside. But one thing you do, you put crosses in because Fulcroot is a threat in the air. He will cause problems. He's got good movement in the box. But I'd gamble with Souček. I would gamble with Souček and make them late runs into the box as well.
Yeah, Clinton Morrison with us here, watching West Ham Liverpool. 11 minutes plus added time to go. Looking at the Premier League table as it stands, Brighton 1 up at Forest has them in 5th on 22 points, so that knocks Sunderland out of the top 4. There's a ball looking for Diouf, well covered by Soboslai for Liverpool. Good pass as well forward to Gomez. Liverpool win, currently has them 8th in the table, will put them on 21 points, 2 points behind Chelsea, who currently sit 4th ahead of our commentary game, them against Arsenal. Paquetá thought about the early release with his right foot to Bowen on the right. Instead plays a simple pass low to his right to Fernandes, who brings it forward for West Ham. Now finds Bowen. Bowen is closed down by Kirkes. Comes back to Paquetá. Paquetá plays to Mavropanos, and West Ham recycling here and coming over to the left. Inside the Liverpool half, but a long way from goal. Potts to Paquetá. Paquetá to Wan-Bissaka. Into the feet of Bowen. Back to West Ham's right back. Wan-Bissaka, flick forward with his right foot. Bowen tries to lay it off on the left foot volley, manages that. Wan-Bissaka's cross hits Kirkes. Again, good defensive work by Liverpool's left back. Nice pass forward to Ekitike, lays it off gently here to Curtis Jones. Nearly lost that. Liverpool come again. Still no sign of Mo Salah. They may not need him this afternoon. Here's Jones. Jones plays to Szoboszlai. He slows it down, holds onto the ball, and Liverpool just want to see this game out. Win it, take the 3 points. Szoboszlai's layoff to Jones. Szoboszlai was fouled, advantage played. Wan-Bissaka clears first time. Paquetá can't control it, the ball's deflected away from him. McAllister finds Gravenberg. Back to Konate, forward to Gravenberg. McAllister's first time ball has Szoboszlai with the ball at his feet to his right. Ekitike inside the West Ham area, thinks about the shot, dummies it a couple of times. That effort is blocked by Diouf. And Diouf sets off on a run down the left. Szoboszlai comes across to cover it, fouls Diouf. Free kick West Ham. Let's take it to Villa Park. Aaron Paul.
Villa 1, Wolves 0. Had a lengthy delay for a VAR check. John Arias with a challenge on Boubacar Kamara. At first you're thinking, does it deserve a VAR check? The reverse angle actually looked as though Arias went two-footed in and stamped on Kamara. The referee and VAR just opting to give a yellow card for that. Villa still a goal up here, and as things stand, will go third in the Premier League tonight. Villa 1, Wolves 0.
What about Nottingham Forest? They're playing Brighton. Last we heard they were behind. Chris Coles.
They still are behind, but they are pushing for this equaliser, creating decent opportunities, having great joy down both flanks. Hudson-Odoi on one, Hutchinson on the other. They keep getting into great crossing positions, just no one there to finish them off. Forest 0, Brighton 1.
Yeah, Villa going third in the table. Forgot to mention that. They'll be on 24 points. Man City on 25. Arsenal, the leaders, on 29. Kirkes down with a bit of cramp here. So we're going to get a stoppage in play. Did Paquetá get a yellow card there,
he got a yellow
Clinton?
card for throwing his arms in the air.
Complaining.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
some histrionics.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what have we got left? 7.5 minutes plus added time. Liverpool leading 1-0. Let's be honest, Clinton. This has not been a brilliant game of football, has it really?
No, it hasn't. No. Will Liverpool care if it's not a brilliant? I'm telling you something, Paquetá is going to get a red card.
Crikey,
because even Alisson, his international teammates telling him to calm down.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
He's still trying to get at the referee, Darren England. You're right, Clinton. It's taken a member of the opposition. Curtis Jones is he's going to get himself a red card here. He's still going. Darren England shows him another yellow, goes to his top pocket, and Lucas Paquetá has talked himself into the most stupid sending off here against Liverpool. Now he turns his back on the referee and sarcastically applauds, takes his gloves off. He needs to get off this pitch as soon as he can, because he's going to make it worse for himself. He's coming back towards the referee here. I mean, that is sheer lunacy. You're 1-0 down. You need to try and find something in the closing stages of the game. You're the team's most creative player, and he's talked himself into a red card.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Listen, if you're not happy with the decision, he ain't going to change his mind. And Darren England hasn't had the best of game, but he wouldn't give up Paquetá. He just kept going and going. Even his international teammate Alisson said no, to stop. And he doesn't. Bowen was talking to him, and Darren England decided to send him up. We don't know what is said, but you can't keep going over and goading the referee.
No, and you know, Clinton, you know that the referee will have been saying to him, please don't come back towards me here, because I'm going to have to send you off. Paquetá has eventually reached the edge of the pitch. Now he wants to come and have a word with Arne Slot as well. I mean, Alisson, the opposition keeper, tried to save him from himself there, and the first yellow card was over absolutely nothing at all as well. And now you lose him to suspension.
Yeah, Nuno said he's irreplaceable. Well, it can be irreplaceable because you can't keep making decisions like that. You know, you've let your team down. Yeah. You've let your team down. Not even in this game, in the next game coming up in a week, Clinton, as well.
Yeah, and he's just back from suspension as well. He's just back from suspension.
I know he's frustrated at getting the yellow card, but just leave it. He's not going to change his mind.
But the first one's for dissent. It's not for a challenge. So you've got sent off. You've had 2 yellow cards
in the space of literally 3 minutes.
Both for dissent.
Exactly.
So you've literally just been booked for having a word with the referee. and then you go looking for more trouble. That's just bonkers.
It's ridiculous.
From Paquetá.
You've let down your teammates big time.
Embarrassing. 1 for 6:06 tonight. West Ham fans, give Chris and Robbie a call. That'll come after Chelsea-Arsenal. Can 10-man West Ham do it without Lucas Paquetá? They're trailing 1-0. It'll put them in real trouble now. 5 minutes to play and Liverpool come on the break, and still Mo Salah not on the field. Maybe we're not going to see him this afternoon. Ekitike, challenge on him. He's down hurt, stays down. No free kick. Play continues. Fernandes brings the ball up to the halfway line, runs into McAllister, tries to hold him off, falls over on the ball, almost like he was trying to ruck it in rugby, grabs it with both hands and eventually wins the free kick. And Ekitike's down now, which is going to slow the game down. And the end of the game now is getting really messy, actually.
Messy, you're right. It's been kind of like that kind of game, isn't it? Oh, it's been a kind of a messy game and a messy performance from both teams. But will Liverpool care? No. Because they want the 3 points to kick on.
Yeah, desperate for only a second win in 8 Premier League games. Really needed it this afternoon. Alexander Isak needed that Premier League goal, and he's found it as well. He's been off the field for a while. Souček is finally going to get on here. 4 minutes plus added time to go.
Nuno wanted none of it. He walked to the other end of his box when Paquetá came.
Yeah, good idea.
Didn't want to confront him or say anything.
That was very much, I'll deal with you later. Free kick into the penalty area, headed away by Van Dijk. Standing firm at the back for Liverpool. West Ham appeal for handball against Gravenberch. They don't get that decision, but they do get the ball back. Diouf. Todibo, nice touch and turn from the centre-back here, crossing towards the far post, looking for Wan-Bissaka, stretches, volleys the cross back into the penalty area. Robertson blocks it, runs out of the box, Fulkrug can't control it, but Fernandes is there, and there will be some jitters and some nerves from Liverpool here as Wan-Bissaka takes it for West Ham and passes back to the halfway line. West Ham down to 10 men. Lucas Paquetá stupidly sent off, but now they're pressing for a late equaliser. Guilherme on the dribble, pass into the edge of the box. There's Fulkrug, tries to work it back to Guilherme, throwing his weight about Fulkrug, slides, Bowen's shot just wide. I thought that was whistling towards the top corner, and Jarrod Bowen's reaction, head in hands, tells you that was pretty close.
I thought it was in. I thought when it came to his left foot, because Fulkrug did ever so well, he got in there, battled it, and I'm thinking, you're waiting for the net to ripple. It's a bit far wider than we actually thought, but from our distance, I'm thinking it's going in.
Oh, that is not too far away. And Virgil van Dijk, look at his reaction as well. He is so annoyed that Liverpool came that close to conceding from that, because that was scruffy stuff on the edge of the box. Freddie Potts is off. Thomas Souček is on. Closing stages of all the afternoon kickoffs here in the Premier League. Villa 1 up on Wolves. Brighton still 1 up at Nottingham Forest. Half time in the Scottish Premiership is Livingston 0, Aberdeen 0. Still goalless between Rangers and Falkirk. Manchester United 2-1 winners at Palace earlier on today, and Celtic 2-1 winners at Hibs. Liverpool leading 1-0 here, but it's West Ham, it's 10-man West Ham who are putting the pressure on late in the game.
Sometimes when you haven't won for a bit, you find it difficult to scrape over that line.
They are finding it
and
difficult.
They are finding it difficult, even with West Ham with 10 men.
Yeah. Not been a game to remember for the West Ham fans inside the stadium today, but they will remember the incredibly moving tributes to Billy Bonds, one of their greatest ever, if not the greatest ever. The sad news today of his passing. There will be a fulsome tribute at West Ham's next home game, Sunday the 14th of December, ahead of their game against Aston Villa. It was actually, though, Clinton, the applause in the 4th minute, which was already planned, that really got to me. That was an incredible noise, wasn't it?
It was a special noise.
Yeah, and we're looking across the pitch here at the West Ham shirt there, with Bonds on the back of it, and the fact today I've seen Alan Devonshire and Sir Trevor Brooking, and it brings all the memories back of what a fabulous player he was, what a fabulous leader he was. And it's almost too trite to say, isn't it? Because he was a player that loved to get stuck in. You know, the way Paquetá's got himself sent off doesn't fit with that at all, with his ethos and the way he...
Definitely.
Just stupid from Paquetá. West Ham have got a late free kick in the game. 90th minute. Can they put the wind up Liverpool here? Again, Virgil van Dijk is trying to organise the troops. Free kick comes in deep. Alisson comes a long way. He's missed it because Konate jumped in front of him and got a head on the ball. He's headed it to the right. It's chipped down the right-hand side looking for Gomez. And it's run away from Gomez, and West Ham still have it. So West Ham a man down, but putting the pressure on late in this game. We're about to find out from the 4th official, Andrew Kitchen, how long we've got left in the game. West Ham have won a throw. Now what's Fulkrug pointing at here? Juve wanted to release the ball and get him moving, and Fulkrug was not moving and pointing back to the halfway line. 5 minutes of added time to go. Goal at the City Ground. Chris Coles.
Stefanos Tsimas has won the game for Brighton. They lead Forest 2-0 going into the final minute. Gruder with the initial chance, Sells made the save, and Tsimas tucked in the rebound to make it Forest 0, Brighton 2.
Still West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. We're in added time, 5 minutes of it. Next break in play will take you to Ibrox because the full-time whistle has blown there. Here's Diouf on the left for West Ham. Passes back to Todibo.
I don't understand passing out from the back when there's a few minutes to go out. Surely you got to hit one of your Souček.
Yeah, here's Fernandes on the dribble. Brilliantly, Guilherme bringing it forward. Fulkrug round the corner into the feet of Souček. Ball's loose inside the Liverpool box. Van Dijk gets it away quickly to Ibrox. Kenny Crawford.
Oh, Falkirk now. Rangers drop points in the league for the first time under Danny Rowe, who's still mastering the art of making his team dominate at home. Rangers up to 4th, 9 behind Hearts, 7 behind Celtic. Falkirk stay 6th. Rangers 0, Falkirk 0.
4 minutes of added time remaining here. Another potential crisis averted for Liverpool. The cross into the penalty area. Alisson was able to come and catch it. He clears long downfield. Todibo heads it away. This is also, Clinton, going to be one of those classic games where West Ham are going to give it a right go with 10 men in the last 7-8 minutes. And you think, well, why then? Why have you only started really going at it then?
Exactly.
Because Liverpool are vulnerable at the moment, aren't they? And, well, here they come now, looking to try and get the second goal. Edge of the box, Gakpo. Comes off Robertson's right foot. Gosh, Areola's gone a long way there. Soboslai's beaten into it. Areola's out of position. Gomez crosses in, chested down. Gakpo wins the game for Liverpool. Makes absolutely no mistake with that finish. Areola was out of position. Gakpo turned and smashes it home with his right foot. And goodness me, Liverpool and Arne Slot needed that win. West Ham 0, Liverpool 2.
Yeah, I don't know where Mavropanos is going. He's misjudged it. It's a good ball in from Gomez, but once Gakpo takes the touch, it's a brilliant finish from Gakpo. He just drills it. It's Areola's the one. He comes out, and I don't know where he's coming out to try and get the ball. He's best off staying on his line. I feel we see a lot of goalies this weekend coming off their line, but Gomez plays a ball in. It's a hopeful ball. Yeah, Mavropanos is poor. He tries to go and nick it and win it, and he completely misses it. Yeah, poor defending, but good finish from Gakpo.
One of our unintended pub names on the Commentators View podcast this week was the Swivelling Gakpo. That was the Swivelling Gakpo.
You are right, it was a swivel. It was a touch and swivel.
He swivelled, he shot, and he hit it true into the back of the net, and Liverpool are going to get the win. And in the celebrations, Gakpo turns to the Liverpool fans, points to the Liverpool badge, says thank you for sticking with us. We know it's not been great, but we're winning this game this afternoon. We are checking goal for a possible handball, which could deflate absolutely everything, but no, I think it's got the all clear. We've not got that on the screen yet, but Gakpo celebrating, the referee blows his whistle, and actually in the end I think Liverpool are going to deserve this win, Clinton, haven't they? In terms of offering a bit more. Hang on a sec, Fernandes on the dribble through the heart of the Liverpool midfield. He's been tackled.
You're right, they've been the best team without a shadow of doubt. I tell you, he's been impressive for West Ham. Fernandes, very good, drives with the ball ever so well, but they've been the best team.
Here's Gakpo again, screeching away down the left-hand side, chased by Wan-Bissaka. Minute and a half to play. Liverpool now looking for a third goal. Well, they've won games against West Ham in the Premier League era against them more than anyone else. Nice opponents for Liverpool to face this afternoon, even though coming into the game it was an improved West Ham. They really haven't threatened Liverpool too much today, and Liverpool will go into their Wednesday game against Sunderland off the back of a confidence-boosting win. Konate plays the ball back to Alisson. We are marking time here, really, and the stands are emptying rapidly at the London Stadium. Isak and Gakpo with the second half goals for Liverpool, getting the all-important 3 points and taking them as it stands up to 8th in the Premier League table. Villa winning, they're currently standing 3rd. Brighton winning, they're currently sitting 5th. There's You'll Never Walk Alone booming out away to our right from the travelling Liverpool fans. 30 seconds to play. West Ham down to 10. Lucas Paquetá will be back in that West Ham changing room, hanging his head in shame, you would hope, for the stupid sending off late in the game. And Curtis Jones calmly passes the ball across the Liverpool half, plays it to Gomez, and very soon we are going to hear the full-time whistle and it's going to be a Liverpool win. Szoboszlai has it on the right, plays it back to Gomez. My stopwatch tells me we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds to play.
I think Darren England's enjoying it because just blow the whistle, because Liverpool are happy and West Ham want to get off this pitch as quick as possible.
Ball is back with Alisson, who's had nothing to do. No shots on target from West Ham. Jarrod Bowen threatened with one late curler, but Cody Gakpo has sealed the win for Liverpool. Goodness me, Arne Slot and Liverpool needed that. Not the prettiest in terms of the football play today, Clinton, but Isak's got his first Premier League goal. They just needed the win. They've got the win.
Yeah, they needed the win, and they needed that Isak to get that first Premier League goal. It might give him confidence going forward. It weren't vintage Liverpool that we've seen over the previous seasons, but it's not about that. It's about getting the 3 points for Liverpool, and they were the better team, and you were just wondering whether we're going to get that first goal. Once they got the first goal, they didn't get the second one through Paquetá's stupidity of leaving his team down to 10 men, but thoroughly deserved 3 points for Liverpool out.
Yeah, champions not at their best, but they've got the win and the clean sheet, and Alexander Isak has his first goal. Sad afternoon for West Ham, and I'm not talking in terms of the football, I'm talking in terms of losing one of the greats, one of the very best to ever play for this club and manage this club. Today we have bid a very sad farewell to Billy Bonds, but that stand opposite us will bear his name forever. The West Ham fans will never forget him. They will forget this game this afternoon, because West Ham didn't offer too much. Beaten by Liverpool today. It's finished West Ham 0, Liverpool 2.
And if anybody wants to listen to some of the wonderful tributes that we've had to Billy Bonds on 5 Live Sport this afternoon, Jonathan Pearce was with us at half-time in that game at the London Stadium, and before 1 o'clock we spoke to Chris Hughton as well, who played under Billy Bonds at West Ham United. Clinton, firstly, that game finished like an NBA match, with one team just dribbling it at a snail's pace and the other desperate to get off the court.
Yeah, you're right. It did. It definitely did. But then I still thought, even when they went to 10 men, West Ham were pushing until they got the second goal, and it looked like Liverpool had 10 men. But that's just nervous from not winning enough football matches recently. But I think they controlled the game the majority of the time. Crossing Liverpool just didn't think that first goal was going to come. But once it came to Isak, there was always going to be one winner. I think West Ham set up to do that. You know what Nuno's teams are like that. They do set up like that to play on the counter-attack. It just didn't work this afternoon.